Yeah. Hey, man, that's my driving.
Hey, you drive like Steve McQueen.
I think we're parked, dude.
Welcome back to this podcast. Good night. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome back to the Graybeard Podcast. My name is Jim, and with me today we have the UrbanCurrse, or should I say Tristan, a.k.a. the UrbanCurrse. Say hello, everybody. Got a live studio audience.
Thank you. They're happy about those $25 checks.
What? $25 check.
Oh, man.
I'm still looking for that $50 my daughter dropped in here.
I know, right?
So we've been talking. I went and picked him up. You know, gotta take care of my man and get him on over here safely. And but it's like fucking almost an hour ride. So we had like a podcast
in the car. Yeah.
So it's like it would be weird for me to go. So Tristan, how are things?
Right. we kind of been down that road already.
Yeah,
literally
for sure. Is his mic plugged in?
Yeah.
Okay, because I can't hear him.
Mic check.
You can't hear him at all?
Mic check.
No.
I can hear him perfectly.
Mic check.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as you can hear him, I'm fine.
All right, cool.
I think it's my head. I got my headphones turned down so much.
How about that?
Oh my God.
How about that?
That's too much. That's too much.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear I
Good.
can hear fucking ticks fart.
What about now? Is that better?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh,
Okay.
man. You got your crystal ball here and everything.
Yeah, that's a photography ball. Like you shoot through it.
Oh, okay. I've been seeing like them split prism type of things that
Sort
they
of
be
like
holding
that.
in their
Yeah.
hands. Okay.
Yeah, they make them. They make like the triangle. Oh, that must be my mic
Yeah,
that's
I was
going
like,
out.
What the fuck?
You hear that?
Yeah, I hear that too.
It went clickety click. All right.
That was weird.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know. I don't touch any of this stuff from one podcast to the next.
I can dig it.
But
Were these gremlins?
yeah, they've got like little pyramid ones and all kinds of good stuff. Hopefully that doesn't happen too often. I apologize to the viewer.
Yeah,
or
we'll
the
figure it
listener.
out.
Well, hey, at least buy me. Oh, you did buy me dinner. Shit.
Oh, damn, right?
Now he's got to
Appreciate
finger
you for
both
that
of
one
us.
for sure.
And in the bag to the right, there will be baby oil.
Diddy. It's a Diddy party.
It's a Diddy.
Yayo for GD.
No Diddy. That's funny how that became a thing.
Mm.
Like, no Diddy became a thing.
No Diddy?
Really
Yeah.
quickly.
I didn't know that.
Like, oh, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, people say no Diddy. Instead of saying, like, no homo, they say no Diddy.
Fuck out of here. I have never heard that.
I swear to God, that's what they're doing now. Yeah. Diddy has no... If he gets out of jail, yeah, he'll never live that shit down.
No.
Never.
Well, I heard something about it that he might get out on some kind of technicality or something.
But, so I said this before. How can you get locked up for being freaky? Just being freaky.
Well, I guess it would be the extent of it. Like, were there, as long as there's no Epstein shit going on.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
where
I
he's
don't
like
think there was no kids.
bringing in children.
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
Well, even if it's not like pedophilia, if you're videotaping someone having sex and using it as blackmail, that is illegal as fuck.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's probably not cool.
Yeah.
But is that what he's locked up for?
So, from what I heard, now it's on X, but take it with a grain of salt. But there was like over
If it's on
300
X,
or
it's got to
400.
be true.
There's over like
Or
300 or
porn.
400 recording devices that were removed from his property the first day that they raided it.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So, do you have to disclose that you have cameras in your house?
I think legally you're supposed to.
So, when anybody comes to your house, got cameras, like
Hey.
you have to do that?
Tristan, we're recording this.
Oh,
Hey, you see that couch behind you?
you know what I'm saying? But I was like, I would think why do they have nanny cams and stuff like that if you can't record?
No. But the
I get the sexual part, like the blackmail part.
when you're trying to like captivate or capture a whole industry, better term, and use blackmail, I mean that's what you would do. At that point, you wouldn't really care whether it's technically illegal.
True,
or not,
that's true.
You know?
Yeah, that's
so
yeah, damn,
yeah.
I mean, because I've thought about that. Like, okay, you doing something and you got a camera in your living room, and then you start having sex with somebody in your living room. Like, do you have to tell them that? You know?
I would imagine.
Damn.
I mean, people have gotten in trouble. Like hotels have gotten in trouble for having
Airbnbs.
hidden cameras and behind the mirrors and shit.
Yeah, I get that. Like,
I
yeah, definitely, you're a scumbag for that.
You know, you watch TikTok and they show you how to like check for all the. You
Yeah,
put
I
your
seen
finger
that.
on the mirror and something about if it doesn't. I don't know, like if there's no space in between your finger or whatever, something like it's a two-way mirror. I'm like,
So they got these devices now because I seen somebody talking about it and I went and looked it up. It's like $5,000 that you use like see if you got like a bug on your car, or like if it's like bugs in your house.
bro,
or
they
stuff
selling them
like
on
that.
TikTok for $20.
Oh, for real? See, I'll be on TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm still not on TikTok, but I
try not to be.
I have an account, but I need to figure out what to post on it because I'm not going on there to scroll. Because I'm not trying to step into that world. I already seen that you gotta like double tap out just to get out of the app. You know, they try to make sure that you stay in that.
Really?
Oh yeah. Like if you go in the app now, you have to like you'll hit the back.
Well, you're on an Android. My iPhone doesn't do that. I can just swipe out of it.
But you gotta pay for every goddamn thing. You probably gotta pay for TikTok.
The only cool thing about your phone is that you can change your ringtone easier than me.
For real? That's the. Oh, y'all can't change your ringtones?
Oh,
on
we
that?
can. I have to download it into iTunes and then plug my phone in and then upload it into my.
Oh, that's foolishness.
And y'all's photos of the moon are AI generated, which is way
yeah,
better than
it
ours.
totally is. You know those. You know that. Have you heard about that? Like that moon shot?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I have not seen it, but I keep
You
hearing
probably
about
pull
it.
it up.
Yeah.
But that moonshot, it's like you can take a picture of the moon, and when I found out like what it does,
Is it a Galaxy Samsung?
I think it is moonshot fake. They're not entirely fake. That's what it said, but it's basically computational photography. It's like, but not just that. It's they use high res images to like create and videos to create an image, but it's based off of where you shot. It's like it gets your longitude and latitude, the angle of which you had your phone, and then you take the picture, and then it fills in all the pixels that are missing and all the gaps with other photos and other, so like it basically just AI generates a whole picture.
Because I just seen somebody like post a picture of it and saying like, oh yeah, this is AI, and I'm like, okay, so what makes it AI? Like, you know what I mean? So when you said the AI moon, I'm like, I heard about it, but I didn't know exactly what.
It's like a smart filter.
Yeah, basically.
Everything
like
is.
You know how like Snapchat can make me a woman?
Mm-hmm.
Same.
That's crazy. Have y'all been seeing these AI videos though? Like the I've seen a guy do like a short film on AI.
I've been seeing movie previews that aren't actually real.
Yeah.
Like they did it was like a John Wick 5 or something like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it was, and it was Keanu Reeves moving around and his voice, but it was more like like a voiceover.
Yeah.
So it was like the people that were moving around and shit weren't talking. So it was just like a voiceover. You hear him, that whole John Wick thing. But it's crazy. They're getting nutty.
No, it's getting insane, man. I've seen some where I used to look for the hands, like the hands like got a delay or like
16 fingers.
But now they got that. They're getting that on point.
Yeah,
like it's to the point
it's
where
learning.
It's almost like you got to watch for. I've seen another one where it's like a cruise ship on the side, and they're like. You can see the people generating out of like just popping up.
You
know what I mean? And now I got to the point where I got my girl like she said she's like that's AI. Like at first she was like no this is pretty cool. Now she's like yeah I get it now.
Yeah.
I get it now. Now you have to assume everything's AI.
Well, and not only that, but like there's whole Instagram accounts that are like you're on Instagram. You see like pretty girl Instagrams.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, she's cute, and they want to like shake their ass, put their modeling pictures up there, whatever, and they get thousands upon thousands of followers,
Insane
and then enough to where they can monetize their page. Well, now there's whole accounts that are the girl that's on there is an AI.
That's insane, man.
Like so they'll take and build out, an AI character that they make, and it looks so real. Like it looks so real. It looks like like someone took a picture of a girl and then photoshopped, like the skin and all that stuff. So, but it looks super real. Like all the highlights, all the shadows. It looks fucking real.
That's insane.
And and those accounts are getting just obliterated with followers. And so it's probably some creepy dude in his basement, in his mama's basement, wearing his little whitey tighties, sitting there fucking creating these little chicks and just making
man, like crazy. It's that's why I was like, I have to figure out how to start creating with AI. Like I've done a few things, but nothing crazy. Nothing like to the point what they doing now. Like I've generated some photos, went in and wrote a couple prompts to see what I could get. But I'm just not that savvy yet to know I could build a whole universe.
Oh yeah.
To the point where like I'm kind of scared. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well,
because I don't know what's real and what's fake after that.
The problem I have is the fact that it's like it's AI.
Mm-hmm.
We are not AI, well, that we know of.
That's right.
But like we are creators. We create things. We take pictures. We take video. You make movies. I mean, there's all the things that we do. This now can do.
True.
Almost flawlessly.
Yeah.
And it's going to get to a point where it's like, and this is
what are we here for?
Well, and that's what a lot of content creators were like complaining about, and they were like worried about, and they were like, "Oh my God, we're going to get outsourced or whatever to AI," and it's just like, what happens to when that happens? I don't think that's going to happen because there's still you can't have AI go shoot a wedding.
True, facts.
Not yet.
Yeah, they might have one of them Tesla robots.
Drones and Tesla robots walking around. Could you imagine?
Bro, a Tesla robot coming up like, say cheese! Like,
What's that guy he's got one of them Tesla robots. I see him all the fucking time on his, but he's real popular as not it's not Speed, it's
Castanet. He got the dreads.
Yeah.
And
he's always like in his fucking room.
Yeah.
And he has like all these celebrities. And his place looks like shit.
Till this day, I'm not trying to hate on the kid. I just don't understand it. I don't get the whole folklore about him. Like he's just a loud kid. I get it with the group because they have a group. They call AMP.
Yeah,
I get it when they're all together. It's funny when it's like
when they're just
7 of them.
Bullshit.
Yeah, but when it's just him and it's just him on there, and it's like
and then like Mike Tyson walks in.
Yeah,
in his PJs. Like what the fuck is happening?
And that's the new thing. Is like. It's not even about going on shows anymore. These celebrities can care less about going on like daytime TV and all of that. They're going to these streamers now.
Yeah.
And that's
because they get more views.
Yeah.
They get more views. That's why they go to Joe Rogan. That's why they go to these really popular podcasts because they get more views. And it's countable views. It's like trackable views. Like you go to like a TV network or something. It's not like they call you and go, "We had very good Nielsen ratings today."
Right.
Do they? I mean,
and now we got comments. And now we got people could clip your stuff. Now you got, so it's like with social
and
media.
Shares,
open dialogue.
Man, everybody could get into this dialogue now. So it's like, oh yeah, I didn't like what he wore, or I didn't like, what he said, and this, that, and that. Now it's just thousands of comments, and it's like that engagement. Is more important than anything now. Before it was ratings.
Yeah, and you can
that we never saw.
You might have a viral clip.
Right. Yeah.
And that's all it takes. I mean, if you're like a famous person that fell off, you can have a comeback on one of these shows like that.
I don't know if y'all know the dude. He's a rapper, but he got the song Ain't I? No. Because listen, I didn't know his name. I didn't know his name until the other day. I knew the song, but I didn't know his name.
I don't listen to a whole lot of rap.
Right. His name is Young LA. But he literally did like this little. It's not was a freestyle. It was him saying his verse, but he like took out this money. He was like, "Don't you know I love extra cheese?" He said, "Don't you know I love broccoli?" Something like that. Whatever. And now it's like it just went viral.
Yeah.
And this song was out like 15 years ago, but he just came back out, did an interview, and. This man is back on top again.
Good
you know
for
what
him.
I mean? And
Good for him.
it just that's all it takes now. So it's like you could think you're down on your luck and it just take that one viral moment. And like I'm waiting for that viral moment. And it's not even for me, like I'm not gonna lie to you, not my face. I'm waiting for that viral moment for like my work.
Yeah.
Where somebody be like, who the hell did this? And everybody's sharing that.
How often is it that a photographer goes viral though?
Shit, unless you like Peter McKinnon or some shit like that. I don't fucking know. I think it's pretty rare.
He did a lot. Like he did a lot of work to get his.
Yeah. And he does a lot of video work too.
Yeah.
So like you get to see him on YouTube and stuff like that.
That's a big part of it.
Yeah.
And like he put himself out there at a time when it was like he was on the upswing.
Yeah.
So he got in good.
Yeah.
But I mean,
in the beginning,
Yeah, and he'll tell you. I mean, like I talked to him, but like he said in his videos, that he's like when I first started making videos, they sucked, and he showed some of his first videos, and it was literally just him with no lighting, just sitting by a fucking bay window where there was light coming in, and it was poorly lit. The settings on his camera sucked, but he did the thing and he kept doing it. That's just like Jared Polin. He sat in his backyard. He sat in his brother's room. He sat at a desk that he fucking somehow got.
Yeah.
And he just made videos and they sucked. And he'll tell you that same thing. They sucked, but he started doing it and kept doing it and he was consistent with it. And that's the thing. I don't so much really want to go viral. I want this podcast to do well so that when you're sitting in that chair, you get a bump.
Yeah, yeah.
Nowadays, now I will say, I felt kind of good about it. We were talking about my friend Jay. Shout out to the Jay Foundation. But he came to me the other day because we worked together, and he's like, bro, there's people that followed me, and I don't know who they are.
Oh, man.
And then he goes, I went to their page, and it said that they follow you too. And I was like,
yeah, yeah.
And I said, even if it's like 2 or 3,
yes,
take it, man. I said, you need eyes on your page because what
Absolutely.
you're doing is something really, really good.
yeah.
And I want to bring more attention to that, and that's why I had him on twice. I'll have him on 100 times.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
give a fuck.
yeah.
But that's my only gig. Would it be cool? I made some memes, out of pictures of like when I was a kid and stuff like that, and they look kind of funny. And I was like, somebody's going to use this.
Yeah.
It's going to come back around.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I used to have a 350Z, and I had a personalized license plate. This is for all of you that don't know this story. This might paint me in a weird picture, but I had a personalized license plate that my best friend told me. He bet me that I wouldn't do it, and I did it. It said, "Hey," like HEYGRRRL.
Hey, girl.
Yeah. He goes, oh, dude, I don't even have my glasses on. I went to adjust them. Did you see that? He goes, yeah, I bet you won't do it. I said, I bet I will.
They automatically think you a girl driving past.
No, they probably thought I was some kind of douchebag.
Oh,
But at
hey,
every
girl.
red light, I seen this.
Oh, man.
I looked in my mirror and they were taking a picture. I was like, that shit's coming back.
Yeah,
It's going to go
somehow.
viral. It's going to be some kind of man-hating, and that's cool. That's good. I deserve that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that was bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay? I can make fun of myself now. But
I think that's genius, though. Hey, girl. And it's a guy driving the car.
yeah, because it was like, hey, girl.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
How
well-
long you had that license plate for?
I had it for probably about 1.5 years.
God damn.
And then I
It's
blew
terrorizing.
out the engine in the
Yeah.
car, and I traded the husk of it in for a different car.
Yeah.
But the joke was, he found a picture of me from when I was a kid. I had a fucking turtleneck on and a gold chain on the outside. And
Looking like some mafioso.
yeah, he used that picture, and it said, and he put, "Hey, girl,"
Oh, God.
on the bottom of it. I was doing this, this look. I was just fucking around, and my
The
sister,
moody look.
and
Yeah.
we used to get cameras, for Christmas and shit, and my sister would come in and take pictures of me, and I would always strike a pose, be like,
Yeah.
and that was what that was. But so I was like, all right, hey, girl, it is,
You said you used to get cameras for Christmas?
Yeah, well, like them 110s, those little throwaways.
Oh, like the little...
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, the long ones.
Yeah, I got an old one that don't work no more. That some guy gave me. Yeah, I said-
because Pick and Save. I don't know if you remember Pick and Save.
Yes, they still got them out.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I seen one.
No, they took that name. There's one down Blanding.
Yeah, yeah, but okay, yeah.
That
I'm
ain't,
like,
that ain't
that's not the same Pick and Save. Yeah,
no.
they say Pick and
Pick and Save was like the first Walmart.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Or like a Walgreens or whatever. They had
Okay.
they had clothes and shit and
So
groceries.
it was kind of like a Cowdoors back then. Remember Cowdoors?
No. Where's that from?
That was up north.
Okay, I'm from here.
Okay, yeah.
Come with me.
Yeah. Cowdoors was like before Marshalls and all of that shit. Yeah.
There might be some Northerners in here.
Yeah.
They'll know what the
Yeah,
fuck
know
you're
what I'm
talking about. But then they were like plastic throwaway. They weren't disposable, but
Right.
you put
They
a
were the
little,
cheaper ones.
Yeah, you put a little AA battery in it, you're
Yeah.
ready to go.
Yeah.
And the 110 film was long and it had little circles on the end, and you could buy them for cheap. So my mom would get them for us.
So that's how you got into photography, pretty much.
Kinda,
Okay.
yeah. That's how and then I started with 35 millimeter, and then of course high school I took a class. and
Yeah.
all that. But yeah, I took a break during the marriage because you kind of do what she tells you.
Yeah.
I followed the rule of happy
Happy wife, happy life.
Oh, and that fucking
Was it bullshit?
It is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if your wife's watching, it's not bullshit.
Yeah.
You should keep your
No,
wife.
no, I think it's bullshit. it's happy us, happy us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
because
you're
it's not
both-
happy us, then we're not happy.
If you're
It's-
both
yeah.
not happy, then
Yeah.
something's fucked up.
Yeah. I'm not just making you happy and I'm sitting here miserable as fuck for no reason. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no.
I'm
don't,
sorry.
No.
I can't do that.
And I will say, on speaking of being, doing things that make you happy, pull up. I know you got his Instagram up, but he's got a new Instagram.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And it should be. You got a link on there?
Yeah, it should be in that.
More?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
No, the one right there. Yep.
What is it? Did I called it wrong?
Undiluted.
Undiluted. I was saying untitled. You didn't even.
No, you said it right. We was in the car.
I said untitled.
No, you said undiluted. Was
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say you didn't even correct
You
me.
ain't take
I'm
your Ginkgo biloba
saying
this
the
morning.
wrong name and everything. I
Didn't have your
take
glasses on. That's
I didn't take my, and I don't have my glasses. I'm a little off kilter.
glasses. Who should my dance?
No, I'm starting to get like a damn little thing in my eye. I'm noticing when I'm taking pictures. I'm like, what the hell is that? I don't see clearly as I used to. Yeah.
Through
I
the
think-
lens?
Yeah, through the lens. So I noticed it through my right eye. So now I've been taking pictures through my left eye.
Through your digital or through just any camera?
Through just any camera. Yeah, that's how I noticed
Oh.
it wasn't just
That's not good.
that camera, yeah. So and I
'Cause
think it's from me looking at the computer a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
probably.
that's what it is.
Well,
Yeah.
I know with a lot of the newer cameras, they have a diopter on the back, and
Okay.
you can actually change the focal point of what you're seeing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't change the focus on the lens.
Okay.
So you can like change it so it sharpens it up. But I don't know about. I mean, there's probably,
I know, right?
ladies and gentlemen,
Yes, Lord.
look at this beautiful thing right
I
here.
think there's a diopter on there.
This thing is gorgeous.
That's my baby. That is my
fucking
baby.
gorgeous. I don't want to swing it around too much. He's starting to
Oh
sweat.
no. Hey, listen. If that thing been around since the 70s,
It's gonna make it.
That's a monster.
It's gonna
even,
make it.
Even like I said, even with this one is about the same age too. And
Yeah.
that's a monster. Put it like this. I've fell with this thing. I cracked this.
I see that.
And all. Because I was using somebody else's, like when you see Sony A7R5,
Mm-hmm.
people don't think I had $5,000 to spend. I don't. I borrowed that for like a year. Thank God I was able to borrow it for like a year. And I was taking pictures and I was going down the steps and it just, pow. Only thing cracked was this. And the screen that I had,
Yeah.
on, the filter that I had.
Well,
on.
maybe
But
you
that's
know
it.
what we were talking about, and that I have a film camera that I was thinking about selling.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it would have a better home with you.
Word, you're selling something for real?
I mean, no, I'm just let you can have it.
My fucking dog. My dog.
There's like 3 lenses that come with it.
That's
so-
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't use it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean you use them.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
use shoot film.
My God, that's what I'm talking about.
I don't shoot film.
Yeah.
You know.
Is it because it's
Hold
too
on.
expensive now?
Yeah, go ahead, guys. That's fucking
Missed the
awesome.
moment, Pat.
That's what I'm talking about. So
I just don't use it because
Yeah.
I gotta go buy film
Yeah.
and then you gotta get it developed, and I'm an instant gratification kind of guy. I want that shit right now.
and that's why I kind of like when I first got film, I did it because I don't know if I told the story when I was here last time, but it was because I was looking for a Polaroid camera, and I still want one right now, and I have a certain one that I want, the Polaroid SX70,
Like an old,
Yes,
you want like
the-
a vintage.
the one that pops
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
But they converted it to where you can shoot 600 film now
Oh, wow.
instead of using the old XS70 film. But yeah, I
I
started out
love
looking
that he
for
knows all the names of the film. I'm like, Kodak.
I know, right? Hey, listen, because I exclusively mostly shoot film now. And I still love digital. I got a little digital camera, a little point and shoot that I use and stuff like that for like when I'm on behind the
Keep
scenes
talking.
sets.
I'm gonna grab it.
Yeah, but it's like it's become a thing where I had to slow down, and if I didn't slow down, I was like, I felt like I was just taking 1,000 pictures for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, like, yes, Lord. Oh man, my God, my God.
It's like Christmas.
Yes, Lord. Hey, listen, this is the 3rd time I've been gifted a camera.
Is
And
it?
every time I use it till they fucking die. Like, and I know film cameras don't die.
No, they
I don't
won't.
use the point and shoot
Now
and stuff
they
till
do
don't.
take batteries.
Okay.
You know, it takes a battery. And it's a Canon. Is this your first Canon?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, there's this lens,
No,
this
bro.
lens, and it's got I've never used this, but there's a flash.
Yes.
Is it a flash? Yeah.
That's I think that's a continuous light.
Actually, this is a
Oh, this
continuous
is it.
light,
Oh yes.
but there is a flash. I've never tried it, never used it, but
yeah.
there's all kinds of shit in here. I mean, like the old, yeah, man.
My dog.
Dude,
my dog.
That's what's up.
Oh man.
It's gonna get good use.
Yeah, I'm using this weekend for sure. I'm using this weekend for sure. Man, and you got the extra focal lengths.
Yeah, this is what. And these are crazy because they're pull out. Like you.
What focal length is that?
Looks like 75 to 2. I can't see it. 75 to 205.
Okay. Oh yeah. That's what I need.
And this one.
That's what I need. Cause I the longest I think I got a 50 mil on this, and then I bought a for $7 at the thrift store. I found the lens, but it's a dent in it. But it's like a couple months ago. I never used it, but I said I was gonna use it one day.
This one looks like a 20 to 55.
Oh yeah.
I think, but yeah. And it don't have a lens cap. But.
Because I've been wanting something to accompany me with this because I like shooting both color and film. I mean, I said color and film. Color and black and white. And then sometimes I'm like, damn, I wish I had some black and white in here. Or damn, I wish so I could have both. Man, my God, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I come home with gifts and shit.
It had a, I don't think there's any film in there. I
ain't want to pop it open just to. I did. You know what I did? I took a picture with the lens cap on though.
Don't worry about it. If there's film in there, you can develop it. It's only pictures of my wiener. All right,
Listen. The lab is here before I see it.
You're like, well, shit. Can you just expose all that real quick?
I know, right?
They'll have to get a magnifying glass to see it.
Oh man, no, shout out to the gym, man.
Jim.
Oh, I love it. I love it, man. Thank you.
Is there a power hitting my
let me see.
It might be the hello check one. I don't know. It could be hitting there could be a power cord hitting it. I don't know. I'm not worried about it.
Oh, you hear like a hum or something?
No, it keeps cutting out.
Oh,
clicking.
Gotcha.
I've got to clean up these wires.
Yeah.
I set this thing up and never fucked with it. I'm like, it's just here. I don't need to do anything.
Yeah.
But
this thing has amazing sound. I've been looking at the Duo.
Yeah, the Duo.
Yes. Yeah,
they're good, and you can use they do have like streaming capabilities too, so you can use it as a stream deck almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you stream it, you use another app as well.
I use Ecamm.
Ecamm. Okay.
Yeah, so everything, the cameras run into there, which goes into the computer, and then that, which captures the sound, goes into the computer. My computer is basically my capture card.
Okay.
Or like Ecamm is the capture card because it records as well as streams out.
Okay.
And you can, now they have it set up, and you have to pay for it. You could get OBS. It does pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
But for me, I just like the Ecamm is set for Apple products only.
Of course.
But you pay for it, and I don't have to use like Restream. Like, if you wanted to go, like, it goes to YouTube. Most things you go to YouTube, and then you can't go to any other place.
Okay.
So you had to go Restream, which then you can put in anything, YouTube,
Instagram, all of that,
and all the little places you want to stream your live to.
Yeah.
And you log in there, and then that goes to the OBS.
Okay.
So it's like this weird, like,
connect. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's already a 5-second delay, from just using this. But if you use the Restream to OBS, it's like even bigger of a delay.
Okay.
So if you're looking at comments and shit, they're gonna comment
5 minutes later.
Yeah. I sent that when I was 20.
They
I'm
offline
90
already.
now. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'm dead. But yeah, so that's kind of another reason, because it shortens that delay a little bit. But I just like how it works and the functions, everything.
Yeah.
And you can do everything on here that you can on OBS, but it's cool. I mean, like I said, I'd rather pay a little bit of money and get something good.
I feel you.
It's just once a year. I think it's like $245 a year.
Oh, it's not bad.
No,
it's not bad at all. Yeah, and you use it often, so it's not like you not.
Yeah. I use the fuck out of it.
I
Get that money out
a
of
year.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you can pay monthly. I think you have to. You might be able to. I don't know. I just buy the hog. You know what
Everything is a freaking subscription now.
Everything.
Man. Everything, bro. I heard this new. It was a new app called. I guess it's called Scroll, but it's SCRL, and then you like configure your pictures different and all of that. And I'm thinking like you get a free version for real. No, you got to pay like right away. Like I'm like, I don't even know how this works. Why do I got to pay?
What is it for though?
It's
what is the app for?
It's pretty much like you could do the same shit on like CapCut and stuff like that, but it's like just for photos where you like doing different collages and stuff like that, or like you make a photo into like a Polaroid photo and stuff like that. It's just like a bunch of filters and all that. I'm like, I'm not paying for this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I think it was like before the discount, it was like $80 a year or something crazy like that.
That's not bad.
I'm like, do I really want to?
It's not.
Am I going
bad.
to use it that often? You know?
Yeah, I pay for CapCut.
Yeah, I pay for CapCut.
Yeah.
It was what, $20?
Something like
Something
that.
like that. Yeah.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than fucking what do you call it? Premiere Pro.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to all those videographers that are out there that are like, fuck.
I use
CapCut.
DaVinci.
Do you?
Yeah, I like DaVinci.
Is DaVinci free?
They have a free version.
Oh, okay.
So I've been using the free version for a really long time. But then they also have the pay version, but you pay one time.
Is that what you make your vlogs on?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I also use CapCut sometimes too.
The only reason I don't like to use Premiere Pro, we're getting geeky now, guys. Sorry.
I know, right?
We'll get into the meat of things very soon. No, you're good. Right? This is what we know.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, but like you go to Premiere Pro to cut a video, and you're either going to cut a bland ass fucking video, and you know you have to pay for all of the
all the LUTs and all this
all
other
the
stuff.
LUTs, all the
Yeah.
little graphics,
Mhm.
everything. You got to buy it.
That's how Filmora is.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
with CapCut, it's all just there.
It's there,
It comes
yeah.
with the subscription,
Yep.
everything, all the
Even the free version, it
Yeah,
gives you
yeah.
enough
Yeah.
so where you can get the job done.
right.
You
right.
know.
Obviously, they put like some of the basic
Yeah,
shit for
yeah,
free, and then
yeah.
they're like, we got a pro version.
Right.
Hey, my dad's actually trying CapCut. He just downloaded it today.
Did he really?
Oh, for real?
Sweet.
He put a sail on his kayak and he took videos of it. So he's trying
That's
to stitch it together.
awesome.
Oh, that's what's up.
That's awesome. If he needs help, I'll help
I
him.
told him. I said, I'll let Jim know. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I'd that's how I do. Whenever somebody says they're doing something, I'm like, I'll help.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the time, people are like, I just want to do it myself,
Mhm.
or they just don't want to. They feel like they're bothering me.
Yeah.
You know, does anybody ever reach out to you like that?
Yeah, a lot.
Really?
Absolutely. A whole lot. I help out more than I get help.
Really?
Oh, yeah. 1,000%.
You know, tell a brother.
Not personal wise, but like if like a lot of people will come like, oh yeah, I want you to do this for me, or like, you know, can you do audio, or can you take
Yeah.
photos?
I just want
or
to be
can you
the boom operator on your next film,
Hey, listen. So it's funny.
or shoot BTS, something.
So you said it's funny that you said both of that. The last film, I was audio tech for the entire film, and that was
And you were acting in it too, weren't you?
that one. No, I just did like a small little 2-second. It's called Rights of a Father.
Yes.
That's about Junior Asswood.
Right. We spoke about that.
Yeah,
last time.
and that's on Tubi now, so it's finally out. But I did, so I got that audio tech on my resume now. Okay, I could write that off my list. Now I'm doing all of the BTS for the film now, and I'm doing like all of the interviews and stuff. So what we're gonna do is, back in the day when we had DVDs and all of that, there was a section where you had behind the scenes,
and you can only get it on the
favorite part for me.
Yeah.
I used to watch the behind the scenes before I watched the film.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Oh,
And I used to always love that. And he noticed that I take a lot of great BTS, and he was like, "Bro, why we just don't,
Do something with
cooperate? I mean, I said cooperate. Combine the two and put out the movie." Then maybe like 2 months later, we put out the BTS.
Yeah.
And you got an hour-long BTS, and you put out both on Tubi, so now they can see how it's made.
Y'all been on Disney Plus. That's what they doing right now.
Oh, for real?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All of that. Yeah.
I need to get Disney Plus because I do want to get some references.
Yeah,
because,
it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't want it to be YouTube-ish. It has
Right.
to be the way I'm
Netflix
filming
doing
it
it too.
is yeah.
Like they have a behind the scenes of the making of Stranger Things.
Okay.
Of season 5. I thought it was fucking season 5. I was like, I'm about to watch this, and then of course it was just the behind the scenes, which is very interesting, of course.
A lot of people don't know how movies are made, how TV shows are made, how stuff like this is ran. That's why I was asking you that. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of people don't know what goes into this, and how many things you got to buy, and how much knowledge you have to have, and how much you got to study to be like, okay, well, this goes into this. This doesn't work, so let me try this one. And
right. Or how come I bought the same machine as you, Jim, but my stuff doesn't sound good like yours does? Well, I fucked around with the settings.
Yeah.
I know a little bit about the settings, and then I fucked around with them and got it to where it's like, on the money.
Are you hearing that too? That glitch?
Yeah, it's definitely my mic.
Oh, is it yours?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Oh, yeah, there you go.
I don't know. We'll keep
I don't
going.
know.
Maybe there's a
See, I don't
roach
hear
in
it.
there.
Y'all got.
I can
Yeah,
try.
it's us.
Y'all used to it. Y'all know where I'm supposed
Well,
to sound.
it never does this.
Yeah.
There's never any kind of.
No, I'm saying that y'all know how it's supposed to sound. That's why you're hearing it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's probably one of those things.
One was a little loose, so.
Oh, okay, that's probably it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. That's why I say I got to redo all the fucking wires in here because they're starting to get kicked around a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking at. I've been trying to get out of this place. You know, and get into a more professional place.
Yeah.
You know, but
You always say, every time you say that, I'm like,
who are you telling? oh, you're looking at.
I'm like, more professional place.
Bro, we in a garage with some curtains.
You
okay?
would never know that. Especially, listen, people looking at through the cameras, they don't know that.
Yeah.
They see this and they like, you look like you fucking Joe Rogan. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know.
I don't know about all that. I got all my hair. and I have a neck. Listen, I love my man Joe Rogan.
Oh man.
But you know, I don't want to be him, but one thing I will say and this is for people that want to create content, if you have somebody that you follow that you love their content.
Yeah.
Steal their outline, steal their format. Like
I agree.
you don't have to use you don't have to be them and try to copy their content.
Yeah.
Don't do that. But just like if you like the way it looks and how it's set up, take it.
Yeah. I think if you're a creator, every creator takes a little bit from somebody and they were like, oh, well, I know if I do too much of this, I'm going to be a copycat. But then it's like, where's the line?
Right.
You get what I mean? Because sometimes I find myself doing certain things. Like when I'm doing photos, I'm like, yeah, you've seen somebody do that already. Don't do that. You know, but then I'm like, well, okay, do it, but just do it in a different way where you know you're going to edit it this way and this. And so I get it, man. I try to think out of the box, but then also just do what's already been done.
Well, it's just like music.
Yeah.
I mean, music has been around for how many fucking years?
Yeah.
Forever. Since the first person dropped a rock on their toe or something. I don't know how it started, but you know, it's just like it's been around forever. So if you think that there's a beat that you make that hasn't been made,
right,
motherfucker, please.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everything has been made. It's all been made. But there's something about when a person does it, like you do it, like when you take a picture or you make a vlog or when you make a you know, some music or whatever, it may sound similar to something that you've heard before or look similar to something you've seen, but there's an element that you don't even know. You're putting it in there.
That's a fact. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
But it's because it's you. It's coming from you.
Yeah, it's so true because I'm starting to notice, even like we talk like with photography, I'm noticing like I'm getting back film rolls that I haven't developed for a year, and I'm seeing from a year ago, and then I've get the film developed from now, and I'm like, yeah, I've definitely see the progress, and I've seen where I was imitating, and then now I'm like, I'm getting the style.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm trying to build my name. That's why I started posting every single day. And I said, let me just see what happens. Yeah. I'm not even looking for followers. I just want people to notice that I'm working.
Yeah.
You know, excuse me.
God bless you.
And
better out than in.
It's like I said, it's been two people, you and the guy Shane. And I'm surprised that he even got on my radar. I mean, because he's like one of the big ones in Jacksonville. He do all of the drone stuff and all of that stuff. I don't know if you ever seen his page before, but he does everything. Like he does the hit and jack stuff and all of that. Like he's a pretty big deal. So I'm looking. I'm like, damn, I'm on his radar. So I was like, maybe I'm doing a little bit of something. You know. Now I heard it.
You hear that one?
Now I heard it. Yeah, I heard that one.
Something's happening. Yeah. We'll keep talking.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just watch them wires that you're kicking.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look around.
Pat, you just snoop around a little bit, all right? Yeah, he's gonna fumble around and see if he can. While you're down there. But yeah, well, I mean, like I said, when I see stuff, and that's what I like to see. When I the very first time I opened Instagram, that's the majority of what I saw.
Yeah.
It wasn't girls shaking their ass.
Yeah.
It wasn't nipples. It wasn't, nothing. It was all photography. And, and I know in the beginning it was supposed to be like, they wanted like phone photos.
Yeah.
Because it was instant, Instagram, like it's supposed to be instant. So, but I saw a lot of like professional, really good photos being taken.
I just saw a hand of God.
I know, right? He's just gonna jump right in there. Let me just put this right here. It's like Amazon. We're just gonna slide these PJs.
I saw
right.
This power cord was touching this one, but
maybe that was it. Who
Maybe.
knows?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. There's never an
That's
That's a
episode.
dope ass cup too. At
Yeah.
first I was like, why are you picking
Y'all
up
got me
this?
this, didn't you?
I believe so.
Yeah.
That's dope
2
as
years
hell.
ago, I think.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite cups.
Yeah.
Other than my anime cup, which I think they also got me.
Yeah.
They get me all the cool shit.
Yeah.
You know.
Foot massager's fucking.
Oh my god, they bought me a foot massager.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Like
got-
the one you slide your feet in.
You
and
slide your feet in. It's got the
Bro.
shiatsu on the bottom, and then it
I
heats
was
up.
talking to my girl about one of those. I said if I
Bruh.
could just sit in the chair and just let this thing, cause my feet is getting.
You want me to
bad
go get it?
now.
I'll plug it in.
Bro.
Bruh.
I'm telling you, hey, I'll be sitting here all night. I'm like,
Yeah.
we ain't going nowhere. I'm saying.
Yeah. No, but
Oh man.
what the fuck were we talking about?
Oh, this
Yeah.
funny face
so
guy right here.
when I see stuff I like, I go after it. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna follow it. Go back up. Is my photo page? Yeah. Okay. Good. Jesus Christ. There's something weird that happens with
It
like
will.
this computer.
Mhm.
I know I've already followed somebody, and then it'll pull up and it'll show unfollowed.
Yo, the same thing happened to me too.
Yeah.
It does the same thing to me.
Yeah. Show some of his work. It's So are you doing mostly black and whites here? Or?
So I've been posting a lot of black and white, but I do have color. But I've been leaning more towards black and white.
Okay.
I really love how it's turning out. Like in certain parts of the city, it just looks better.
Yeah.
You know, and like this guy, I don't know none of these people.
No?
This guy. If
So
you
you
see
just
the
walk
buildings-
up and you say, "Hey, can I take a picture?"
Sometimes. For the most part, hell no. I'm literally just invading people's space. You can kind of tell when I'm asking somebody to take their photo. Like that's my favorite right there. His
This one?
nose, bro. The nose on him is what captured. And I was actually taking a picture of her.
Uh-huh.
So when I got the film roll back, I was like, "Fuck this! This is what. This is it." You
That's
know what
so
I'm
funny.
saying? Like, and then that guy asked him. He was I think he was doing drugs when I first saw him, right?
Okay.
And then he came out of the side, and I was like, "Hey, you mind if I take some photos of this pool here?" And he was like, "Yeah, cool." And I thought he was like the owner at first, but then he like started doing all this sniffling stuff, and I was like, "Oh no, you mind if I take some photos of you too?" He's like, "Yeah, cool." And so I took some photos of him as well, but that was in Daytona. The other one was in Daytona. That's in St. Augustine. I'm not St. Augustine.
Looks a little St. Augustine.
They St. Augustine. Yeah, St. Augustine. Yeah, that's St. Augustine.
Yeah, it says
But,
St. Augustine.
Yeah.
Read your own post.
I know, right?
What's wrong with you?
I shoot.
It's all there.
It'd
That
be
guy
like
should have been sniffing.
It'd be like
something,
5 locations on one roll, like you know what I mean.
He looks like he can smell cheese from the moon.
too. Yeah.
God bless him.
But those are the like images that I'm attached to. Like some of these, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Some of these images, I'm not as attached to. Of course, like that's one of my favorites. That pool one right there.
I like
you know.
the fire truck.
And that's the crazy thing. That's the
You
one
don't like
that-
it?
It's cool, right? And I like it because of the colors. But
Yeah.
I thought I could have framed it better. You get what I'm saying? So it's like certain ones I know. I look back and I'm like,
I kind of like the way you framed it.
okay,
Like
okay.
if you got the fire truck, you got the American flag up
Yeah.
top, and then the street sign.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't know. I just like it's something about it.
And I did AI. I did change this truck. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What?
The truck was protruding out a little bit,
Uh-huh.
and I did. You could kind of tell it right there,
Uh-huh.
but I did do AI.
Don't
right
be showing everybody all
there.
the fuck up.
I had to say that one because we were talking about AI.
Truth over harmony.
Yeah, so it is a little it's a little digital in there, you know. But
No, I love that. I love the
now that's digital.
environmental.
These are all digital here. That's
Okay.
all A7. That's my guy Ho Tester. So he's I ain't even gonna say what he
Did
really
you
is.
just call him Ho Tester?
That's his name. His page is you see it's Ho Tester. That's his name.
See, I can't name myself. I want a cool name.
That's my you gotta interview Ho Tester.
I
He's
will.
a different dude. He got this little dog named Barky. It's the first openly gay dog.
Say again.
Yo, Ho Tester is different. He is. I did a couple. I did a video for him.
What is he? So he's a rapper.
He's a rapper. He's an actor. He's actually in the movie that I was just in
Okay.
called oh my god, Shadows of the City.
Okay.
That just came out. But yeah, Ho Tester is a
You know what
different
to do, Pat.
dude, man.
I got to get my
Yes, yes.
my podcast signed on this one because it's
okay.
we're under my photography page.
Yeah.
so- but it's all right. I'll find it.
But I did a couple. He might have it on his page. I did a couple videos for him not too long ago where we did one location, but like 3 different walls, and then I did a real music video for him.
Okay.
So instead of doing it, I did it this way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was my
For
first
reals?
time ever doing it that way, and it turned out pretty dope.
Did he post any of
Yeah,
it?
he posted a couple of them. It should be on his page somewhere.
Yeah, go back to his page.
Only thing I just don't like when he put the words over everything. I'm like, bro, you gotta leave it regular. You know what I'm saying? But that's the only thing
That
I
can
don't
be
like.
a little. Where do you think he's got it?
Probably go a little bit down, because he let's see. Shoot. That's one of them right there.
This one?
Yeah. And I did this on CapCut
Yeah, and it looks fucking fabulous.
because I was like, I didn't want to do it on which I said, let me just do, because he said he wanted a real type, so I said, let me just use the CapCut, and you know what I mean. And then it looked a little crazy on it. Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah. So it turned out pretty dope.
Yeah, it looks good.
And we did, like I said, we did a couple just in the same. It's like a bunch of murals and stuff around the same block, and we just did that. And then it was a fire truck in the back, and I have him go on the fire truck and do some stuff. But it turned out pretty. That was his son in the beginning.
Now, before I have him on, I'm gonna have to go and listen to all of his music and read all the lyrics so I can understand his brain a little bit. You know, I don't like doing research, but that's the kind of research I'm okay with.
No, listen, he's one of those guys where he's gonna talk to the point where you're gonna be so amazed at what he say. Like, I have some behind the scene footage of him where he's just like, it's something like he say,
So
oh my God.
I won't have to.
I
talk
can't
much.
remember what exactly, but he had like an acronym for hoes or something like that. And I was like, oh shit, that makes sense. Like, he was like, I was like, I don't want to tell him, but it does. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
But it's crazy. Like, I love being around people that's not like me. You get what? Because
right.
I get to learn a whole lot. There's a
I
whole
like a
other
little
lifestyle.
bit of both.
Yeah,
I do, because I like people that are into a lot of the same.
yes.
You know,
that
that's
same interests.
right. Like,
Yeah.
that's why we get along. We got a lot to talk about all the time.
Yeah.
You know, but I also, to your point, when you're around other people that aren't like you learn new shit.
So true. So
you
true.
know, and I'm so far out of any of the music game.
Yeah.
Like, what's crazy is I used to be a musician,
Mhm.
and fucking played for years.
Mhm.
You know, and most of my life. You know, and then I just stopped, and then I just kind of gave up. You know, and if it wasn't for Amazon Music, that's my preferred
Yeah.
music streaming. Like suggesting shit that because I'll like a couple of things or whatever, and then it'll just start suggesting things. And I've found bands, and it's so funny because it's a lot of the same kind of music that I used to listen to when I was 19.
Yeah.
You know, like that. It was a lot of indie rock.
Okay.
A lot of I don't really know how to describe it, but it's just like, it sounds like it was recorded on a 4-track.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, and not very good recordings, but
Yeah.
you know, and the music almost all sounds the same, and the dudes all sound like they had their balls clipped.
Yeah.
You know, they sing real high, and it's just like real dramatic. And today, if a kid were to hear that today,
Like, what is this depressing?
well, they would call it emo.
Yeah. Why is that? It went from goth to emo. How did that happen?
Well, yeah, but even indie rock, you know, like that independent rock, you know, that's kind of what it was. And now, if you listen to it, you're like, I'm even like catching myself going, this is fucking emo as shit, because they were so emotional during those, you know, singing those songs and all of that.
I was
But-
listening to My Chemical Romance the other day, and I was like,
sorry.
I'm outside of your window.
Did you
like,
put
why
your-
was I outside of her window?
did you put your wig on and like?
Listen, it's funny because I seen a recent picture of them. They looks nothing like that. They look like just how we sitting here right
Yeah.
now. They dads now. They just chilling.
Well,
You
it's
know what
like
I mean?
Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins.
They just look
Do you know that he
freaking
owns
regular.
I think it's WWF or whatever. He owns it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's into fucking wrestling big time.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, he don't look nothing like he did when he was a Smashing Pumpkins.
Looks good too.
That's crazy,
What?
man.
Billy Corgan.
He looks good?
Yeah.
I thought he was like, he could put some weight on,
I think
you
that's
know?
good.
I don't know. I mean, back in the day, he was kind of, all them little punk rockers
Yeah.
were wafy as fuck.
Yeah.
You know, there it goes. Oh, the light went
Oh,
out.
God. What's going on?
We got
now?
gremlins, baby. Welcome to the Graybeard Podcast
Spirits
Studios.
of Graybeard
No, I think it's
Podcast.
aliens are here.
No, I told you last time I need to get a new power strip.
Alex Jones was right.
I think we talked about Alex Jones last time.
Power strip is turning the frogs gay.
I haven't seen a video from him in so long, man.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
knock it off.
It's not me. I'm not doing it.
Your
I'm not.
foot is right over it.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, you're testing that power
happened?
strip with your foot.
Well, what happened with it?
Oh, I don't know what happened with that.
All right. Well,
That's on a whole different power strip. I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck's going on right now.
Listen, we're in a house that was built in 1974. Okay, these outlets,
I feel you.
they're all none of them are wired with copper. They're all aluminum wiring.
Oh no.
I go do the same thing in our house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like it might be ground, it might not be ground. We don't know, and I don't want to fuck with it.
As long as I know when I
Last
plug
time
it
I
in.
did this, it took like 2 or 3 minutes for that to kick back on. So
Yeah, it's gonna be all right. We're gonna be fine. Maybe too would help if I turned everything off.
Oh, you keep everything on?
I just leave it on. I turn the cameras off, but I leave
Okay.
everything on.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, you might want
You know, I left this
I'm
on.
gonna start turning everything on.
I left
now.
this on.
And it burnt out?
It burned out. Fucking lava lamp.
Oh man,
We are a professional podcast, believe it or not.
Hey, lights on.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah. It's things I have to think about moving
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
But, eventually I will get this into a professional space, and it will be buttoned up, and we won't have any of these issues.
Yeah.
Because whatever space I get, there's going to be outlets either built into the floor or just something. There's going
Yeah.
to be outlets everywhere, and it's going to have enough, breakers so that
yeah.
we don't flip any fucking breakers, and it'll have a central AC.
I'll take care of that. Yeah.
my handyman. But yeah, so like that's the goal. That's
Yeah.
the goal. And I know I think I probably talked about this with you before, but that's why I asked you if you guys were renting your space when you did your podcast. If you guys didn't know,
Which I miss.
he was part of a podcast troupe. I will call it a troupe.
Yeah, yeah.
Because there was 3 of y'all.
Yeah, 3 of us. Yeah.
And it was Troubleshoot in Reality.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first heard it, I was like, Troubleshooting Reality, that's cool. And I'm like, and then y'all there was an episode y'all were like, no, it's Troubleshoot in
yeah.
Reality. Like, oh, fuck. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Which I love.
Yeah.
And yeah, I miss it. So
Yeah, I miss it too, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Every week, I was looking forward to it. Every week, like I don't care who the guest was or whatever the case may be. I was just like, I'm here with my people.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if we didn't have a guest, I was
It's
just
your
like,
getaway.
Yeah, man. It's like to know, hey, I'm creating, and I get to talk about stuff that I don't necessarily get to talk about like at work or stuff
Right.
like that. Like I get to pick people's brains and kind of just fellowship with my people.
Yeah.
And then I got to learn a lot about
From the
Nico and
guest.
Quan.
Yeah, and the guest.
And the guests, you know what I mean? So I was like, it's just learning a lot about everything. And like behind the scenes, excuse me, we'll
Bless you.
We'll we'll cut each other's throats, all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? We'll be online, we'll cuss each other out, everything.
Oh, yeah.
Do all of that stuff behind the scenes. And when we get on that camera, it's magic, man.
Yeah.
And like even recently, a singer named Biz Levin, that's here in the city.
Okay.
He just put out a song, and he's been using the audio from the podcast
What?
for a lot of his promo.
I love that.
And when I heard, I'm just listening, and it's like it's so
Hey, that's-
dope. I'm like,
It's our podcast.
yeah. I'm like, we haven't done it in months, and just to hear my voice on it, and I heard Dave, I'm like, no, that's pretty dope. But that means we
Anybody
were
want to
doing
use on my
something.
podcast, please feel free. Copyright use is open. Make clips,
all that?
take the audio,
Yeah.
do whatever you want.
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised, man. And when I seen it, I was like, I just hit him like, man, this is dope.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't thinking nobody would. When people come to your pod and they be like, oh yeah, I loved it, man, it was great. This and that, you just be like, they saying that.
Yeah.
But no, they meant it
Yeah.
because we'll hear from other people like, no, I'm gonna be on the pod. I'm like,
Yeah.
you really want to be on? They be like, yeah, I really want to be on for real.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
I'm like, okay,
Something that you created, then people are like actively wanting to be a part of.
because I wasn't even supposed.
Man,
like I
that
said,
feels good.
I wasn't supposed to be a part of the pod originally. I was just going to go and do some just video. And when I hit Nico up, he was like, no, just leave your equipment, just come through. And this is before we was even doing any video. We did a Manosphere podcast for like a year, and it was just us guys talk about women, shit, all
Yeah.
types of stuff,
Full of
Yeah,
testosterone.
all that, and at the end we would troubleshoot where we would be like, oh, what we wouldn't do in this situation, what we would do, type of thing, and then it just evolved where we lost one of the guys because he didn't want to be on camera, and then we gained another guy. No, we gained another guy while we was doing the phone.
How did y'all
thing.
find Quan?
So Quan, I met Quan.
Shout out Quan.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Shout out to Quan.
And Nico. Love you too. They're probably mad because I never invited them. It's not that I didn't invite them on because not that. Sorry.
No, me and you talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it because I wanted to have all three of y'all at one point, or since you came on, I was gonna have the two of them.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I like to have one-on-one. When there's more than one person, it gets a little weird.
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
No, trust me. I know.
You had a 3-person podcast and you'd bring people in, so it can get chaotic.
Mm-hmm. And we had to learn.
Yeah.
That was the thing about learning. We learned like without saying, oh, this person's about to speak or this person's about to ask a question or whatever. Like you kind of like look around a little bit and you kind of feel it like you see the person if they super engaged. Like I know when Nico writing, he's gonna ask a question. I know when Quan just sitting and she looked directly at the person, she's about to ask a question. It was just like little things that I used to notice, And then I'll just wait and I'm like, hey, so what about blah blah blah? And then after we go off a subject, I'm like, getting back on the subject.
Yeah.
And then if Nico I get off subject quick.
That's why we went for 4 hours last time, because you and I are the same about that.
Yes. I have an issue. So he'll bring me back like, all right, let's get back to it. So it was a balance, man. It was definitely a balance. But I met Quan through this guy. I was doing some work for him, some video work, and she was the host.
Okay.
They was doing an open mic. And I don't think I even knew her name or anything, but I took some footage of her as well, and I edited some footage. And this is when I first started doing videography seriously.
Right.
And I was just trying to get people to notice that I was doing stuff.
Sure.
And so I just did a quick reel, sent it to her, and she posted it. Only thing she changed the music. Quan, you should never change the music. But anyway.
She said, fuck that music.
Yeah, she said, fuck that music. But she changed the music, and then after that, I think we started doing. That's why we started doing the pod. And then one day he started talking about, we wanted to do women, but it was just as a guest. So then we did a pod in the middle of a parking lot, literally. And it was her and then the other guy, Rugrat, that I met her through, and we did that little episode. And then a couple months later, like I said, we lost the other guy, and then he was just like, okay, we need another host, but let's bring in a girl. So Nico was like, do you know anybody? This type of thing. I was like, let's try Quan. You know what I mean? And we brought her in, and it just clicked.
Yeah,
man.
You guys were like magic. All the three of y'all. It was, it's very distinctive that y'all all three have different, personalities. You are very outspoken. You a
little bit too much sometimes.
No, it's good, man, because you have the right blend. Like she's like kind of real calm, cool, collected. Nico, I just felt like he was kind of, and I talked about this last time, I felt like he was kind of like the dad.
Yeah, he was the anchor of it,
Yeah, he was like, all right, motherfucker, reel it in.
Yeah.
And you were just like, nah, bitch, just like, just out there.
I loved it, bro. A lot of people, because like my guy Broadway, I mean, we had an episode, and then I forgot who it was that said, they was like, damn, I thought y'all was going to fight. I was like, no, we actually born the same day, same year, everything. So it's like we both passionate about what we talking about. Whether we right or wrong, like we both passionate. Matter of fact, we was on set last night. We were debating for an hour while in between sets. You know what I mean? So like, it's just, I like to pick people's brains, and I like when people have opinions, and I like when people can understand like, hey, I'm not trying to get at you.
Yeah.
It's just a conversation, and I might get passionate about it. If I'm mad, I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you're talking, you're good.
Yeah, I'm good. Like,
well, I get trying to root out like what someone's really thinking.
Yeah.
And that can get frustrating because you may have to ask the same question 14 different ways just to get the answer you want.
Yeah.
Because not that you are trying to lead them to the answer that you want specifically, but you know what you're looking for.
It's always the opposite for me, where they're trying to lead me to the answer. And I'm like, hey, listen, don't think about it too hard. Exactly what I said is exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
Because people really be trying to like decipher what I'm saying. I'm like, no.
There's no hidden meanings here.
That's exactly what it is. I'm
Honestly,
telling you.
From the way I look at it, I think it's a Jamaican thing.
Yeah, it might be.
I think it's because
my girl said that.
I've known a few Jamaicans, and they are very passionate, and honestly, they're all very conservative in their views
and verbal,
and very verbal about it too.
Yeah, that is true.
Very vocal.
Yes,
that is so true. Yeah, we say out loud. What we say,
awesome.
We look up what we talawa. So it's a thing in Jamaica. So we little, but we big.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jamaica is the smallest. This is Jamaica. This is America.
Yeah.
This whole room is America. But that little island has so much inspiration to the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like now to the point that it's coming back now because Cartel just came out of jail and all of that stuff. So like they got that guy coming out now. So it's like it's really coming back now. But yeah, I'm one of those people where and I would say my mom was one of those people who's like, no, don't take no shit from nobody.
No, yeah.
And then as I got older and moving to Florida actually opened me up a lot.
Really?
Oh yeah.
How so?
Being up north, you mind your business.
Really?
Mm.
Oh,
it's another, like down here everybody wants to know where you from, all that. Like I thought people was the feds. Like
why are you in my business?
like
right
why
now?
you asking me where I'm from, where I'm coming? They be like,
Right.
oh, they want to know everything about you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I up north is like you go to work, mind your business, go home, because it's so much foolishness. Everybody's so angry. You gotta remember, we in the heat all year round.
Yeah.
For the most part. This is like the first winter we had in a real long time.
Yeah,
like,
honestly,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And for the most part, we get a couple weeks of cold, if that, coolness, and we good. So we got like that beach vibe, I guess, down here.
Yeah.
You want to say. Up north is like it's cold as hell. The summertime comes out, everybody's trying to get that energy out, and it's just violence like crazy. And then I came from Baltimore. Baltimore is a very small place. Like it's extremely small. You can walk from east to west.
Okay.
You get what I mean? It's not like here where it just take you an hour to go from east to west. It takes you 20 minutes, 30 minutes at the most if traffic.
Yeah.
So it's one of those places. And Baltimore is a lawless place now. It's damn
What do you
near
mean lawless?
Like the police will be standing right there and they'll sell drugs right in front of the police.
Is that from like the still left being hung over from like the defund the police thing?
No, this is way before. This is I would say this started from when Freddie Gray got killed. You started seeing the train change. That's when I was still living in Baltimore.
Okay.
And we had the city got shut down and the U.S. Marshals was there.
Oh
Yeah. Every other corner and we all had a curfew. And that's
so
the
it was
first
like martial law.
It was literally martial law.
Oh, shit.
We had martial law for at least maybe a little over a month. Yeah, a little over a month. You had
Fuck.
tanks. Everything was there in little old Baltimore. It was crazy. Like that's how big the riots got. Like but it stayed in a certain area, and it was and you know how the riot started was from children. They came out of the school, which is across the street from Mondawmin Mall, and it's a school over there. It's a high school, and they didn't want the kids to get on the bus so they could go home because they shut everything down because Freddie Gray got killed. So the kids just start wilding. They just start, throwing stuff, doing everything, burning stuff, everything, and then then other people started getting involved. But it started from children. That's why when I look at these kids now, they have so much power, especially with this.
Yeah.
Bro, they can find out anything and do anything. You know what I mean? Before you had to go to encyclopedia, whatever the case may be, and all this other stuff.
Kind of go to the library.
All of that. And read for hours, and hopefully you find it. And hopefully you understand it,
Yeah.
Now it was just, they could just talk into the phone, and the phone would tell them everything, and they could go do whatever they want to do. And they could literally post something right now and be like, hey, we're going to meet at blase, and we're going to take this over.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much power these kids have. And they not only just powerful mentally, these little motherfuckers strong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like they could really take over the world if they really wanted to.
Well, they're gonna eventually.
Because I've seen the power.
Don't push it, kids.
Yeah, right. Don't push it.
Don't rush it. It's gonna happen. We're all gonna be gone one day, and you're gonna have this motherfucker, and you're gonna be sitting there like,
how are we doing this?
"What the fuck are we doing?"
Right.
Yeah.
This generation is the smartest, dumbest generation in the world.
Yeah.
Real stuff. Because they have everything, but they really don't want to. They want everything to come easy because of the instant everything. Everything is instant.
Instant gratification.
You know, and it's like if you don't get it right then and there, if it don't feed that dopamine right then and there, they don't want to hear that. If you're not talking about money, they don't want to hear it.
That's right.
Like they don't care about morals and all that stuff no more. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that stuff goes out the window.
Yeah.
You know,
do you think that it's still like that, or do you think it's I get these feelings, these notions occasionally because I have a young person that lives here.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'll feel her out, like as far as like the litmus test of the world of her world. I'm like, how do you feel about this?
Yeah.
And she'd be like, I don't give a fuck about that.
They don't.
And it's like stuff that like 5 years ago, all the kids thought, and that was their main thing. That's all they cared about, and now it's just like, fuck it, whatever.
If it ain't about streaming, if it ain't about likes and posts and stuff like that, these kids don't care. If it ain't about clout, these kids really don't care. If you don't have any money, they don't care. They don't care about a person like how I would look and I knew my dad was a teacher in Jamaica, and then he came to America and sold drugs. I can say that now because he's dead. God rest his soul. But I could admire my dad's struggle. I could admire my mom coming from America. Coming from Jamaica, and coming here with nothing.
Yeah.
And figuring it out. Coming here through a dance school and this and the third, and just literally didn't finish high school, none of that, and made it happen.
Yeah.
And made this first generation happen. So it's like, those are the things that I admire. Kids don't admire that stuff no more. They don't. Like, that's why a lot of the stuff that I do entertainment-wise, not like photography stuff, but like movies and stuff, like I love movies, but I love the behind-the-scenes part of it. That's why I love, doing the booms and all that stuff like that and directing and all that. But the front work of when I'm in front of the camera is for my grandkids. I got 2 grandkids now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not even 40 yet, and I got 2 grandkids. So when they go and they Google my name at some point,
they'll find you.
they're like, damn, my grandfather was actually doing something.
Yeah.
Because that's what they care about.
Well, that's what
You know what I'm saying? They don't know if I was a good person or not.
Right. But it's something they can show people. This is my granddad.
Yes.
I mean, that's kind of like this. This is like I'm not sure that every episode I would want my grandchildren to see, but I'm just saying.
But they will.
When I'm gone, my kids, they got something to look back on. I haven't done it in a while, but there was for a long time I was doing a daily, I'll go on my audio on the phone and just do a daily journal.
I thought about that.
And there's like over 200, there used to be a lot more, but the fucking phone dumps shit.
Yeah.
When you're trying to update, you gotta,
iPhones,
But yeah, get the fuck out of here, Cricket. Anyways, one bad thing about an iPhone, and you had to find it.
You did about 7 now.
you had to root it out, but it's just something I've never shared any of those with anybody because that's personal shit.
Absolutely.
But when I'm gone, they know my passcode. Get in there and listen to that shit.
Yeah. And they know what you really was going through.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the power of technology, man. And I think it should be used a lot for a lot of that stuff to like leave something for your children. Look at that. Came back. Let there be lights.
Told you, give it a couple minutes.
But I think that's important to leave something for your family.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't anything before like where you could find out about your great grandfather or your great. Now you can literally leave an imprint.
Yeah.
And it's stuck forever.
As long as that electricity stays on.
That's true. That's true. As long as we got a good grid, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully,
don't even get me started.
I know, right?
Fucking.
My biggest fear is like the relationship that this generation coming up is gonna have with AI going forward.
Yes.
Because AI is gonna at one point become physical. It's not just gonna become something that's in your hand.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be something.
Well, they've already got the robots.
Correct.
How hard would it be
that is
upload
AI,
upload Chat GPT into one of these robots?
Sex robots.
I mean, that's what I'm waiting on.
There was like a study or something like.
If y'all need you can sponsor me, sex robots.
There you go.
There was like a study or something like that where they were saying they put like Chat GPT against another AI like Chat GPT type of thing,
and they spoke their own language.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Like what the fuck
I
is
can't
that?
remember what they call it.
Yeah,
There's a name for
It
it.
was Google's one.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the
Genius or something like that.
Whatever it was, they realized that they were like, oh, you're an AI, chatbot. So am I. Why don't we talk in whatever Quark or whatever it's called? But it's like,
That's scary as hell.
and then they started talking in that, and it was easier for them to understand each other because they were speaking in they didn't have to use human dialect.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yo, that is insane.
That freaked me out.
That is insane.
If you can find it, like a video.
Yeah, it's a while. I seen it a while back, man, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And I should have wrote it down because using stuff like that, I write it in my phone.
Of course, look, an AI overview came up first in the
Yeah.
search.
Yeah, man, that is crazy, man.
Go to videos.
Yeah, I didn't think about when you said physical, and then when you said robots, they are technically artificial intelligence, I guess.
Yeah, it's totally. None of these are the right ones. Yeah. What the fuck? LLM?
large language model.
Oh.
Oh, damn. See, that's some new shit. I never heard that. Long language model.
Well, you putting in all the
Fuck
words.
it, we're gonna find out. AI will find that shit.
AI creates language. That's 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it was out for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and then stuff like this just disappears.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we don't need y'all to know
Yeah,
that this can happen.
it was
There you
definitely
go.
not.
Read that right there.
When two AI language models, LLMs, communicate. They can engage in a variety of interactions, from basic conversational exchanges to the emergence of new complex communication patterns. They may initially use natural language. Human language probably is what they mean by that. But as their interaction deepens, they could develop specialized, efficient communication methods, even languages understood only by themselves. Fuck.
That is insane.
Gibberlink.
Gibberlink.
That's what it's called.
Gibberlink.
That's what they called it.
Gibberlink.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, they were like, you want to speak in Gibberlink? And because it'll be easier to communicate. Bro, that's like going to the grocery store and like, you know,
I get you, young. I know you about to say.
You know,
I know what you about to say.
I'm not like, this is not me being racist or harsh.
It's not,
no shade to Hispanics.
I know what you about to do.
But the Spanish
You
people,
go in IGA and they just talking.
they yeah, and they'll just be like, they'll look at you and then, but you know, they just start going into their language, and it's like they know I can't understand it.
Exactly. Oh man, that is funny.
So what happens when AI starts doing that and they don't want us to know what the fuck they're talking about? Then they're gonna start plotting.
Listen,
they're gonna start plotting,
and
then they're coming after us. It's gonna be fucking.
What happens when AI controls manufacturing?
Well, that's coming too.
Like assembly plants?
No, it's funny you say that. I wish I would. My old coworker, she showed me a video when she was working at Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
There's a floor here in Jacksonville that's all robots, like picking up shit, moving shit, all of that. And I was like, I didn't think it was real at first, because she was like, no, it's really like that. And she went up there, she had like a little sneak video that she took or whatever. And sure enough, these things are literally doing everything.
There's a robot for every job.
The only humans that are up there's like 3 humans up there, and they just controlling the panels just to make sure shit don't go crazy.
Yeah, and if it goes crazy, they run down, fix it, and then just go.
They might die. Fuck. One of them damn robots gonna roll their ass
All
over.
I'm saying is, I'm trying to be nice to my machines.
Would you ever get a robot?
Would I? I'll let you answer that, Jim, first.
Well, yes, but with a caveat.
Okay.
It gotta be one of them like one of them sex robots.
I knew you was gonna say that shit.
This guy, I don't want. What was that movie?
Her?
No, it's like that. It's
Salt?
no, it's about an AI robot. This guy comes and he does this test.
Oh, you can? Sure.
Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking. Joe Rogan talks about it all the time.
Ex Machina?
Yes.
There you go.
I don't want one of them. If you ain't ever seen that movie,
Yeah.
you should watch
What's it called?
Ex Machina.
I'll pull it
Ex
up.
Machina. I never heard that before.
Yeah. So the robot is it's full robot, but it's got complete AI, and he has to do this test.
No, I never seen that before.
Yeah, I can't remember what's the test called. It's
Ex
like
Machina.
it's there's a test that he does to see if it will pass this test to see if it's like if he can tell if it's human or not.
Okay.
There's actually the fact that there's a test to tell if something's human is weird, but and he goes to and then he ends up falling in love with this robot. And unbeknownst to him, I don't want to give it away.
Yeah.
I'm spoiler alerting the whole thing.
Well, no, come on.
But it basically in the end, because she's locked up, and she can't get out. But the minute she gets access to get out, or somebody cracks the door up a little bit,
Crazy.
bad things.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the ending, but some things happen.
Yeah.
He didn't get what he wanted.
Okay.
At all, and it was a complete hard left turn from what you thought it was going to go.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking they're going to fall in love together, and he's going to run away with her. And no, that happened. No, I'm sorry, it was not like that
I
at
feel
all.
like they're gonna start making people like Lucy. Remember that movie, Lucy?
Yeah.
Yeah, when they just gonna turn into like some quantum physics type shit at the end, and she just goes into the system and just. That's where I look like AI is gonna go to at some point.
Yeah, that I think AI will. I think but humans will never evolve that far, fast. Because we take millions of years to evolve a little bit.
True, that is true.
I mean, do I think we're going to evolve? Yes.
Yeah.
If certain things don't happen, if the caldera doesn't blow up, if fucking an asteroid doesn't hit, if the fucking EMPs don't go off,
right.
If
well, it's very easy to like sequence DNA now, though.
well, that's true. But if the EMP hits, we're going to devolve back into fucking caveman.
Like I said earlier, if the electricity stays on.
Yes.
True.
Well, if the electricity goes out, that's going to be like another Library of Alexandria.
Man.
It's going to be all of our information will be gone.
Look what happened when what was that, about 15 years ago when New York had that power grid, their power grid went down.
Yeah.
It was chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Chaos. So it's like I could just imagine if the world did that. If the world did that, man, what would y'all do?
Remember when that tsunami hit
everything,
Japan?
because you can't go to your banks.
What would
You
Jim
can't
do?
anything.
WWJD. What would Jim do?
You know what I
Jim
mean?
do.
That means there's no gas pumps. There's
Yeah.
none of that. There's nothing. You can't do.
I'm getting rabbits
Okay, explain.
because the motherfuckers multiply.
Oh God,
You put 2 in a cage, and at the end of the week, there's 10.
you're right. You're right. You got food source forever.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you can. There's such a thing called rabbit starvation
Yeah, it's
because they
pure
don't have
protein.
any fat on their body, and you have to eat. You have to have fat.
Things like protein sickness. I
Protein.
think.
Yeah, protein sickness. Yeah.
Okay. You
Yeah,
gotta-
yeah. But it's
Plants and
easy.
peanuts.
I just go eat some grass, bro. Fuck it.
Well, we still got fish, I guess.
There's that.
Unless they poison the water.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
All the dogs. It's on
Yeah.
the table, baby.
Hey, here's a tip for the end of
Cats,
times.
dogs, they're gone.
Just remember, everybody has a 50-gallon hot water heater full of water in their house.
I never
Yeah,
thought
that'll
about that.
last for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
It'll be cold showers.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about water to drink though.
I know.
Yeah,
That is why
Yeah.
you got to clean out your water tank.
Yeah.
You got to flush it and clean it out once a month.
Yeah.
because if you
No one
die in
does
the end
that.
of times,
Who the
you're-
fuck
Nobody
does
does that. Nobody.
Yeah.
Because
Say, if you die in the end of times, it's your responsibility to take care of your neighbor. You know what I mean? 'Cause
my
they-
neighbor,
Is
shit.
it though? Is
man.
it?
I'm gonna go yellow jackets on my neighbors. That's all I'm saying. We finna draw cards.
Yeah.
And somebody's gonna get it.
Oh
there's,
no.
there's no drawing nothing. It's just happening.
Yeah.
Your beans are mine.
I'll put it like this. I know my neighbors are coming to my house for guns.
Yeah.
But I had to go. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Like food wise, I wouldn't know what I would do
Yeah.
because it's like everything we rely on the grocery store.
Well, he who has the guns has all the food.
That's true. That is true.
Just saying.
But gotta have ammo
That's
with
why I
it too.
don't tell nobody what I got up in here.
Right. I feel you on that one.
In fact,
feel-
I usually tell people we don't have any guns.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Hey, Amazon sells these 5-gallon totes of beans and rice and all these dry goods and flours and sugars.
What was that pastor that used to sell fucking buckets of food?
I can't remember.
Oh God, it was some TV evangelist. He was falling off the and then he started selling survival food, and it was just literally like
During the service.
yeah. Well, he would sit at this table, and the buckets were the legs of the
Is it a
table.
pastor or something?
Yeah.
Oh, that is funny.
Yeah, and then he would trying to sell it. He would like open the lid and just scoop it out with his hand. It'd be like mac and cheese, and I'm like, that shit cannot be good.
Because I've seen the ones where it's like it'd be like it's a 72-day bucket or something like that. But I've
Jim
never seen
Baker.
it with just beans and stuff like that though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jim Baker, that's who it was.
Jim Baker.
Mm-hmm.
I think I heard that name before.
Yeah, I think it was Tammy. You remember Jim and Tammy Faye Baker?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Got you. Yes, I know exactly who that is.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, go back up. Well, that ain't it.
Man,
That's not it.
Them
But
glasses was a thing back then.
But go back.
no, that was it. I thought that was his buckets of food, but I don't think that is.
I would hope that's not the food.
No, it was way worse.
Oh, there
It was
you go.
way worse.
It looked so gross. They were like literal 5-gallon buckets of fucking food, and it looked so nasty. Of course, there's no pictures.
Tammy Faye Baker. I definitely remember her name. For sure.
Somebody said, I don't know if this is true, but they said she died because she drank fucking so much Diet Pepsi
Ugh.
or Diet
maybe.
Coke.
She probably drunk. No, I know people that don't drink water.
Yeah, no, she
Oh, me
didn't.
too.
She didn't drink any water.
That's insane.
It's crazy.
How do you live?
I don't get it.
How is your piss not fucking lacquer? Like,
Yeah, there's a
you
gal.
could varnish this table with your piss.
There's a gal that works in my front office. She's like,
A gal?
She-
Did you
she-
just say gal?
Yeah,
All
older
right,
lady.
madmen. What are we in the 50s?
well, she's an older lady, but she had to go to the hospital and she got admitted for dehydration. And she's like, well, I hadn't drank water in like 2.5 years.
What
like,
the hell?
teas and sodas and coffee and
Jesus. It's like,
Water's free. You had to pay for all that other shit.
kidneys are like,
Right.
yeah,
Just-
but
just-
some people just don't want to drink water.
Nah, man. I'm
It-
sorry. I
you
have
know,
to.
It's so funny. You see
Crazy.
dudes at the bar, they can pound beer after beer after
Yeah,
beer after
yeah.
beer. You put a glass of water in front of them, it's like,
Like, oh my God.
it takes them 2 hours to drink that water.
It has no taste. Like, just drink the damn water. Call it a
Yeah.
day.
Well, you
Yeah.
know, Connor thinks all water tastes the same.
Oh my God. Yeah, he do.
The
He
last
said water
time
has
he
no
came
taste.
on, I had him grab I said, get like 3 or 4 different bottles of water, like
Yeah.
different varieties. I said, for sure Dasani and for sure Aquafina, but then, 2 others I don't care about.
Yeah.
And I made him sit here and drink all of them. And he goes, nope, they all taste the same. And I'm like, bitch, you're lying to me.
Oh,
Because
man.
Aquafina tastes like you're drinking plastic.
You know what? That's how I feel. That's why I think Zephyr Hill. Yeah, I can't. Like Zephyr Hill is like
Really?
it has a little tang
It's
to
from the
it.
Zephyr, though.
Yeah.
I thought it was from the hill.
Oh God. Whatever trickles down.
I don't know. All I know is Red Hot Chili Peppers talked about it. I don't know. They're one of their songs.
Oh man, but like stuff like this, when they say purified, I think we was talking about this. Like I'm like, man, it's just freaking tap water.
It's just tap water.
Yeah, I grew up in the house where my mother boiled all the water.
Right.
Like so, wasn't no damn bottled water in our house. I remember we used
Did she
to have-
chill it afterwards, or just
Yeah,
give it to you
She had
boiling hot?
like two big jugs in the fridge.
I'm
yeah,
joking.
Was it
Yeah.
holy
We
water?
like our water boiling hot. Thanks.
Was it
I know, right?
was it holy water?
No, hell no.
Did she boil the hell out of it?
That's
Oh Jesus.
a good one.
God, that's so hack. It's all right. We'll allow it. He's the producer. He can do whatever he
Boil the
wants.
hell out of it.
Hey, look at my hack.
He can do whatever he wants. He's the
Can I
producer.
Show you my hack.
Oh man, that's too.
Dude, I've
funny.
been looking at your shirt all night. And
Oh, yeah.
when we were riding over here, I was like trying to see when you first came out, I was like, either that's an imposter shirt
Yeah,
or I was like, is that a soul leveling shirt?
Uh-huh.
And then, but I like it.
yeah. This
the old Nokias.
So this is my first phone.
Yeah, the Nokia
That
brick.
was my first phone. The prepaid where it was like what $100 for like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It was crazy. That was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You remember back in the day when you had to tell somebody to call you after
Call me
9?
after 9.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of that. I miss all of that.
Nights
shit.
and weekends.
You know why? Because you had an excuse to not take the phone
Fuck
call.
yeah.
You like,
Yeah,
no,
and
call me after 9. I'll be free after that. By that time, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing shit.
And you know them people that would call you during the week before 9? They
Yeah.
were like, man, what are you balling? What, you got a job?
Yes, and it's crazy how technology switched because before you were paying for the minutes,
Mm-hmm.
now you're paying for the data, and the minutes is unlimited.
Yeah.
you could just call somebody in Dubai right now.
I'm
and-
just glad they did that.
through yes,
Because I have
am.
children.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
And them
one.
little hoes would have rang that. I mean, I think my your wife. I feel like she rung up a nice bill
Nice
for
bill.
us, and then we were like, no, unlimited. We go
Yeah.
to the unlimited plan.
It's so funny how just technology just switched so fast, man. Like just within the last 10 years, I think it's been the biggest boom ever.
Yeah,
It's more accessible.
Like wait, it's almost. Well, I wish it wasn't. I kind of because it's taken away from just human interaction. Like I love this.
it was supposed to
You
bring
know?
us closer, which now it's pushing
Bring
us
us
further
way
apart.
farther.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's just booty on everything.
Mm-hmm.
You can't scroll without seeing it. No, I don't give a damn
Can
if
I-
you looking for it. or
Can I
not.
tell you though? I'm not mad.
No, listen. I'm not. I think we talk about this later. I'm not mad. It's just. But what else is there? There's now it's to the because now
There's more than life.
it's taken away from people that are creatives.
Yeah.
That went on these apps to be creatives.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now it's just like, okay, you get to sell ass now.
Yeah,
You know.
but you know what? That would never happen if it wasn't for fucking dumb dudes.
Yeah.
You know,
For us to-
because they
yeah.
for sure will pay for that shit. They're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
What's that?
Just look at the comments.
I've been following her for 10 years. You mean I can see her vagina
Exactly.
for $10 a month? I'm in.
Like you just look in the comments and you just see it. And you're just like, bro, she doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
She give two craps. Just give her the like and go about your business if that's
Yeah.
the case. Or
Well-
don't like it.
I've had OnlyFans models in here, and we've talked to them, and I feel now I'm torn about this, but
Mm-hmm.
I like to try and support
Yeah.
all of my friends.
Yeah, yeah,
And when
yeah.
you come in, you're my friend.
Right.
And so, we sit down and talk for 2.5 to 3 hours or 4 hours or whatever. You're my friend. There's no getting around it.
Right.
So I'm going to try and support you. But I'm like, is it going to be cool if I support you? Because I can see your whole,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And all the things you put in there. Oh, that's nice storage space. But she's a sheath for her.
Nice storage space.
Yeah, I didn't know she was a sword sheath.
Man.
But so they're like, yeah, go ahead. I'm like,
So is that awkward for you though? That you seen them naked?
it's only awkward when I masturbate. Yeah, I was like, don't hit the rim shot. No,
Oh God.
what I do, because I set one up because
Okay.
I was going to actually put this on, because OnlyFans was not just
Right.
for that.
Yeah, that's what it turned into over COVID.
Right.
Yeah,
It predominantly is that. And
Yeah.
when they tried to cut that out, they realized, well, fuck.
We losing all that money.
Yeah. They almost went under.
Yeah.
So they let it come back
Uh huh.
in a big way.
Yeah.
But like, so I set it up and I was going to, but there's this weird stringent process that you have to go through to get verified before you could put your credit card information to get money into your bank to start monetizing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got to like take a picture of your fucking ID, and if you don't do it just right, then you got to take a picture of your face. If you don't do it just right, but you can't get verified. So I'm like, I've done it like 3 or 4 times because I was going to start doing like sections of these podcasts, or what I was planning on doing is after the broadcast ends, continue to record, and like, because there's always a conversation after the conversation.
Yeah.
And or like the ride over here, I would have mic'd us up, and just like put my camera, get one of those little suction cup dealies, and put the phone up there so we could, and those types of things would be on that, and people would pay for that. That would be the only way I would monetize this.
Okay.
Outside of that, I will never. I'm never going to charge anybody for my content.
Yeah, no paywall.
I think it's fucking weird.
Yeah, I think so as well.
You know, I know that YouTube does, and I don't have a problem with this because they are allowing me to upload and store all of my videos like ad nauseum. There's no limit. I could put as much on there as I want.
But they still have their guidelines and all that for certain things,
right?
And all that, if you want to,
but they're putting commercial breaks, like they're putting ads either before or after or during my podcast.
But they're not paying you for it.
No, which I'm fine with because they're allowing me to use their platform.
True.
Now, when I get, when this thing gets to a certain level, and I'm like, we're like, okay, we're at a level where I can shop around to where I can like have a contract with somebody or whatever. When I've got like 250 million followers, subscribers, then I'm gonna be like, okay, bitches, you need to fucking
Did you ever
cough
thought
it
about
up.
your own website to just in case if anything happens, you still have that content over there?
Well, I used to.
Okay.
And then I got poor. And
I can dig it.
Squarespace wanted that nut. My Squarespace, I think it was like, I want to say it was like $400 a year.
Whoa.
Which isn't bad. But when you don't think about it all year and you're not squirreling away a little bit of money, because if I was smart, I would have put it all to the side, and then when they were ready for the bill, I would just go, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm stupid like that. I'm bad with money like that.
I feel you.
Yeah, because when you do it once, you're like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah,
and then a year later, you're like, oh, wait, you want me to re-up that? I re-upped it like 4 times. Like 4 years I had that website. And I loved that website.
Yeah.
I had a blog that I was writing on there. I had like 8 pieces and people were like actually reading it, which was cool. I had all my photography stuff. I had podcast stuff.
Yeah.
And I could upload, I could take these videos that record from here and upload them directly to my website if I wanted to. So like you said, if YouTube said fuck you, I mean, I'm already streaming live to my website as well, so it's like, well, hey, you can't get that on YouTube. But when they dump my videos, they usually send a timestamp like I told you, and I'll go in, cut it, and re-upload it.
And they're pretty much good with that.
Yeah, but the only problem with it is the fact that almost all of these are in the live column.
Right.
And then when I have to re-upload it, it's just in the videos column.
Gotcha.
So you got to go find it.
Yeah.
So I've only done a couple like that.
Yeah.
One was like this girl was talking about something she didn't want her parents to hear about. And so I was like, all right. So we took it down immediately after we got done. And then I edited that spot and re-uploaded it. And then the other one was because YouTube was like, nah, bitch, you're not going to talk about that. We're not okay with that.
I think you made a video about that.
I did. Well, when I re-uploaded the video, it's in the beginning of the video.
Yeah, okay.
Because I had to cut out about 10.5 minutes of the video. So I made an intro for that video that was about 10.5 minutes. Because I was like, I'm going to use all my time.
Right.
Fuck you. And it was definitely bashing YouTube, talking about how they fucking wrongfully pulled my video down.
We were talking about nanobots and replacing your DNA and how you were a droid.
Yeah.
You lost all your human rights.
Right. Something like that.
Yeah.
But, and now we have to censor ourselves by saying, this is my opinion and my opinion only.
Yes, that's the only thing I don't like about these platforms. Is like you gotta censor yourself, and it's like, bro, why can't I just speak? Like, it's you put a column saying, is this 18 or over? Yeah. And it's already out here. What we're speaking about. It's not like we're talking about anything that's off the wall.
It's new.
Yeah.
My issue with it is that there's no clear guideline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
I mean, there are guidelines. I just don't read them. I just check yes and sign my name.
There are guidelines,
like most do,
but like when it comes down to singular, like the single point, it got taken down.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like that actual single point is on the guideline sheet. You know what I mean? In the fine print, you're not going to see that anywhere.
If you watch on, I actually say these are all just our opinions. We're just fucking around. We're idiots. Don't listen to us. You know, I say that. Like we're not professionals.
Right,
we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. I'm not trying to spread like rumors or bad information. You know, these are just things I've watched on YouTube.
Yeah.
Other professionals or like experts talking about. So I'm like, it was crazy. So I wanted to talk about it on my podcast. But Jesus, I guess you can't. But I have noticed within the last, 4 or 5 months, it's been better.
Okay.
It has. Like we've breached some of those topics before. Just kind of, just the tip, if you will.
Yeah.
And we've been okay so far. So
what's changed in the last 4 or 5 months? Huh.
You want him to say it?
Interesting.
I don't know. There's a fuzzy orange person.
Hey, listen, it's funny that you said it because they saying other social media platforms is going that way as well.
Mm-hmm. I've seen whole vagina and nipples and titties on Instagram.
Thing, bro. And if you post that, let's say if you put your Johnson on that, you're a pedophile.
Yeah.
Like straight up. I don't know if they hope.
I'm not posting mine on there.
But
I don't need that Franken penis on there.
It's listen, even if you wear gray sweatpants on there, they were like, "Oh, he's." Like, what do you mean? I just saw
he's thirst
everything.
trapping.
Yeah, he's thirst trapping.
Bitch, I'm just following your lead. That's all.
I'm trying to be like you. What the hell you mean?
It's just like, you got the outlet, I got the plug, baby. We just trying to even this thing up.
Ain't that the truth, man? Did you see in Threads that they adding voice?
On what?
In Threads. The
what the fuck? A voice?
Like audio recording?
Like audio recording into the
Why?
in the comments.
I don't go on Threads.
So it's fun. I started going there. And
Threads is so boof.
I don't understand what is Threads though.
It was supposed to when before Elon bought Twitter, or at the same time, they put out Threads.
Oh,
so
but it's adjacent to Instagram.
Yes. It was supposed to be similar. The format it was supposed to be very similar to
It's owned by Meta, right?
Yeah.
But it looks like Instagram.
Yes.
Just a different version.
Yeah. And the algorithms are different.
Yeah.
It's more.
It's more catered to women.
Well, that and it's a lot more time based. So like when you post something, it's like there's a time stamp on it, and when you scroll, you can actually find old posts.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Like with Instagram, if you like see something you like and then you close your phone, you will never
see
find that again.
Yeah, it's lost
never.
Forever. That is true. That is so true.
Yeah.
Okay.
So but when it first came out, I was like, let me be an early adopter, and I started posting on it and messaging people, talking, responding, commenting, whatever. And like the whole first day, I was just all I did for 24 hours was like fucking posting shit and saying shit on Threads, and I ain't getting no goddamn traction.
Listen, same here.
Don't give a fuck.
I didn't do like a bunch of talking, but I'm just like I'm posting just like I'm posting on any other site, and it's like there's nothing.
Yeah.
And I've seen other people post that I know as well, and it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like you have to have some sort of crazy following on another platform
and
for you
funnel
to get on
them.
this one, which is stupid. If this is a new platform, then it should start from fresh.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's literally just whatever your traffic is coming from Instagram is coming to Threads.
Yeah.
So like I said, because that's how I went on it, because it was like a post about some celebrity or something, and I clicked on it. But then it took me to Threads.
Right.
I was like, okay. And then I'm just going through. I didn't really care about. I just wanted to read the comments.
Yeah.
So I'm reading the comments, and I just start seeing all these audio bars. And I'm like,
another time. What the fuck? No, and it's like you've already got, your feed, and then you've got stories, and now you've got Threads. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. So what I did was, I just, instead of me going on Threads now, I have one, but I just like post to repost, like a link post kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just post it from Instagram and make it automatically go to Threads. Yeah. Because I'm like, there's no point in me going on here.
Well, you know what's crazy is when you do create that Threads account through your Instagram account, and you want to cancel your Threads account, it cancels your entire Instagram account.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. You can't. They're like linked. You can't cancel one without the other. So because honestly I was just like, this is like MySpace. Why am I doing this? I want this gone. I don't have the app. I don't look at it. It's useless to me.
So, but you could delete the app, but you just can't.
You can delete the app, but you can't like close that account. You can't close your Threads account. If you do,
can't deactivate.
It'll deactivate your Instagram account.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
So it's just
that's crazy.
It's like, why did you do that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Why did you do that? What's the point of that?
So that's making you be forced to even just have. They just have a I'm gonna say a body, but they have an entity.
Yeah.
On their website to say, yeah, we got 50 million people on here, but it's like, nah, they really don't know there. Just you force them to be on there.
They said there's 100 million daily users, but that was as
100 million. See, that's
as
50
of
million.
December. That was as of December though.
Yeah,
that's insane.
24.
100 million.
Okay, as of February of 2025.
Okay.
Yeah,
but that's not. I mean,
Instagram boasts over 2 million monthly.
How many people are in fucking U.S.?
330, 340, I think. There's 320 monthly active users on Threads. But I'm sure that's declining.
I mean, get your paper, boo boo. Whatever you're doing.
What I just don't see what new on social media could like interest me. Like I haven't seen anything at all.
No.
It's the same thing.
There's nothing. Nothing is.
It's all the same on every platform.
Yes.
Like when I first found, like we were talking about Peter McKinnon, when I first found him, that excited me.
Yeah.
Not because he's a handsome man, a handsome Canadian man, but it's just because I liked what he was doing. I liked how he, how he speaks on his vlogs, how he, the information is good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good information.
Very good, yeah.
I like Matty Hippola, his friend.
Yeah.
And then
I just watched the video from earlier.
when they do that, they had a podcast like Matty and Pete. Or Pete and Maddie or whatever the fuck it was, and I watched that shit or listened to it every time they put one out. Then they stopped putting them out because I guess Maddie moved away or whatever, and shit happens. But that was the things that I like to see online. Things that were A, helpful, and B, entertaining. And when I started doing YouTube and I was putting out videos, I wasn't very entertaining, and the information was probably bullshit too. But it got better. It got better. I started getting better. I was like, oh, wait a minute, I already know this and I know all about this subject, so let me talk about this subject instead of just whatever getting on here and recording me just rambling about dumb shit. Like I there's a couple of videos that are just horrid. The way I colored them, the way it was just not good.
Yeah, I got a bunch of those too.
Not good. Not good.
A bunch of those.
Pull up my YouTube and show. show the thumbnails of some of these things. They're horrid. Just go there.
Yeah, I want to private in a lot of my videos.
Go to
not too far ago. Not too far. I said not too far ago. Not too long ago.
Scroll down. So this is where it's kind of started getting better, but go down. Like look at that. Look at that thumbnail.
Yeah.
Look at these thumbnails.
It's just you.
It's so stupid. Like my dumbass face. Like what the fuck was I thinking?
Oh man! But now it's become a thing where the thumbnail is a must.
I didn't have. You have to have writing on it. You have to have words. Like go up.
But then there's some YouTube platforms right now that are going up. Like I watched this kid. He's like a homeless guy.
This one has almost 10,000 views.
Yeah.
How to set up your Rodecaster Pro with Adobe Audition. And it is the worst fucking video I've ever made. I'm out of focus in it the entire fucking time.
But 10,000 people.
I have this little, like I was growing my hair out and it wasn't long enough quite to put it in a ponytail. So I had these little spriglets. You see it?
Yeah, I see it, yeah.
You can click on it, Pat.
Oh, man.
It's awful. It's all, but like the information. Look how out of focus I am.
It was because
the monitor is clear.
Because at that point, it's not even about, like you say, it's about the information.
Yeah.
It's not about.
Well, if you go down and look at some of the comments, like thanks, this video solved a problem for me. Thanks, this is step by step. That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted people to go, oh shit, this is how you do it. And you know what I did? I went on because I didn't know how to do it, so I went to Rode.com. And they have a step-by-step picture of everything, how you do it. So I just memorized it. I did it. And then I was like, well, now I can talk about it.
Yeah,
So then
yeah.
I was like, fuck it, let's make a video. So I screen recorded it, the screen flow, and did all that.
But that's what YouTube is. It's to make other people's life easier.
right.
That's why the YouTube University, because I've definitely gone on YouTube and learned so much.
So much.
Oh my Lord. Like it's overload. Like
Mhm.
I probably get on my people's nerves because I'm always on YouTube.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice it was a social media platform until recently.
Well,
Because I never looked at it like that. I always looked at it as an educational, and then of course you got your other videos on there too,
Yeah.
where you could just go laugh and stuff like that. But for the most part, bro, you see my timeline. It's photography
All
or
YouTube
this
videos.
or behind the scenes or whatever case may be.
It's owned by Google.
Yes, yeah.
So
yeah.
anytime
yeah.
Google something,
yeah,
it's
It
going
goes
to
straight to Google.
Well, you'll
YouTube.
notice the first like 4 things that pop up are YouTube videos.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's how you get that traffic. And if
Yeah.
you're doing things that are like tutorials and whatever, teaching people stuff, they're going to find it
Yeah.
quicker.
I think there was a lawsuit on that not a couple of years ago about how they drove YouTube traffic up to the top, and it was basically a monopoly style because Google owned.
Well, they must have won because it's still happening.
Yeah, because Google owns search engine. Not only that, but then they would push their own traffic to the top.
Yeah,
so.
there's a lot of shady shit that Google does. I don't want to get into, but I mean, there were some things I learned. There was a guy that came on a podcast that I listened to. He used to work for Google, and he like left, and he was sharing all their bullshit secrets.
Word.
Yeah, and it's pretty fucking shady.
No, Google does allow a lot of shit because I've been watching these scammer videos, and the guy was saying like, which I never do, but he was like, don't click that sponsored first link because most likely it's a scammer, and Google's allowing these people to just get a sponsored.
What's crazy? Everybody knows, but nobody knows.
Right. Nobody knows, but they know.
Everybody
They know, but
nobody
they don't
knows.
care.
You know what I mean? So it's like you see that, and it's like you click on that, and you thinking you contacting Netflix, and you're not contacting Netflix. It's fucking Alibaba over there. You know what I mean? about to get you for everything because you done
My
click the
friend.
link. My friend, I got you. Today is your favorite.
How many
your good day.
Bugattis you want, my
Right.
friend? Hey, like I said, if it's good enough for Beyonce, I pay you
Oh,
14
man.
million to come sing for my grandson's
That's
birthday
insane.
party.
That's insane.
They
I
do
think that's
that.
criminal.
They do
it's-
that.
I know it's criminal, man.
Those people are all like oil barons. Like people are like, Elon Musk is the richest motherfucker in the world. Is he?
nah.
He's the richest one on paper,
Right,
or that
right.
we know about.
Yeah, yeah.
Those guys have
Yeah.
more money than God.
Did you see that guy? He was a fat guy. He just got
Are
married.
you fat shaming?
No, shit.
What's wrong with you, bro?
Wow.
Shit, if I look slim on this camera, let me know.
You look good, man.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Stout,
Yeah, that's stout.
like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The new one or the old one?
Not gonna go there.
See? But
I'll
I'll do it.
Get to the chopper.
Don't make me do it.
It's not the tumor. Sorry,
Oh, man.
we just totally derailed you.
Sorry.
You were making a point.
I don't even know.
No,
what
you
I'm
look
saying.
slimmer, man.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. It's all good.
It's okay.
We was
They
talking about
remember.
that.
I do it all the time.
You was talking
bro.
People-
about- you was talking about the fat guy that just got married.
Yeah, the fat
Oh yeah,
guy,
it was
yeah.
a fat guy that just got married. He brought all of those celebrities. I don't know what his name is, but he brought every celebrity that's known to man over there.
Is that the guy that goes another one?
No, not,
That's DJ Khaled.
not his fat ass. No, not his fat ass.
Dude, you're getting with the times slowly. John.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
No, he ain't that rich. No, this dude is like he's overseas.
Are
and
people
he's-
still wearing Reebok pumps? Oh, I'm sorry.
I would wear him if they brought him back out. I definitely would.
I was just trying to be stupid.
I would
Dude,
definitely.
He said
wear
I was getting
Hey
with the
Dudes.
times. I'm not.
No, it's funny. There is a guy here, named Los, and it's called Los Originals.
Okay.
And he just got a deal with well, not just, but he did a like exclusive shirts and stuff like that for the Jaguars. But he has some sneakers that he made, his original sneakers, that he has pumps in it.
What?
Yeah.
What?
He's coming out. So it's still out. People still doing stuff like that. It's a lot of nostalgic websites and stuff like that out there, like for like cameras or like
Yeah.
Retrospect is one of them. I'm not recommending them because I'm not sponsored by any means.
Yeah.
But I'm just giving an example, like
Wow.
right, because you gotta give me some money. But they have like the old Walkmans and
cool.
old disc players that they refurbish and stuff like that. And like a lot of people, I love that type stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm not gonna go buy no tapes or anything, but I probably will buy one just to have one.
Well,
you know what I mean?
one of my I think it was for my birthday. My youngest daughter bought me one of the coolest. Like, not saying that nobody else ever bought me anything cool. Don't take it offense to Pat, but she bought me a. It's not a Walkman because they don't make them anymore. So, but it was. She found it's like a Walkman, but it's just not that brand. So she found one. I don't know where, on eBay or online or something, you know. And she bought the soundtrack to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
It's on a tape.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, and it literally says Volume 1, just like his tape.
Yeah.
And it's got all the same music that he had on there.
Oh, that's dope, man.
It's so cool, man.
Yeah.
And it had the little fucking puffy, headphones with the little metal strap.
They got the same thing.
Yeah,
same thing.
It's super uncomfortable, but you're like, whatever,
It don't even cover your whole ear. Just like,
yeah, make you look kind of
look crazy as hell.
You might need to be in a padded room.
You got to be careful. Like, there's difference between these and those. Those you got to like ease them on a little bit.
Oh yeah.
They're breaking no time, man.
Oh yeah.
But I love all of the nostalgic stuff. I'm not even gonna lie to you. If I had the money, I would buy a bunch of that stuff, man.
Yeah.
I would. Like, even I used to have fucking shit. I had like 600 Funko Pops. Yeah, I had like 600 Funko Pops.
Did you call them Funko Pops?
Funko Pops. That's my speech impediment.
I like Funko Pops better.
That is kind of hard though. These Funko Pops.
I'm gonna make some that say this is a Funko Pop.
But I had all of those. I had these super plastics that I had for a long time. All of that. But I sold a lot of that stuff. But that stuff like really makes me happy because it's like, even though it's just sitting there. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's just like a
nostalgic.
I don't know what it is because before now it's just like I said, everybody in the phone. But I like physical things.
Right.
I like to touch these things. I like old figurines. I like stuff like that.
Well, they just. I'm not saying that. Yes, the times weren't that great back in the day. For everybody.
I think it was great, man. Even though the money wasn't all there.
But I'm talking about like the way things were made before a lot of plastics were invented and shit like that, like I was riding down the road today, coming up Blanding. I was on my bike, I was blazing home so I could get my truck and then blaze out to Mayport. Yeah. And but like I was listening to my music, and I like to hear the hum of the engine of my bike. And then I'm like, all of a sudden it sounded like my bike was off. I'm like, I still heard a hum, but it was not coming from my bike. It was a Chevelle. It would look like a 68, 69 Chevelle pulled up next, and it had this like rake to it, the big fat ass tires about that wide.
Oh, yes.
And it was almost in tune with my bike. That's why I didn't hear my bike no more, because it was like humming. Yeah. And I was like, I looked over, and the dude looked over at me, and I was just like,
we don't get that no more. Yeah.
They don't make them like that no more. I mean, like we was talking about your car. It's like this fucking sensor went out, and now you can't drive your car. So it's like, there was none of that shit back then. You had you had an engine, pistons, carburetor, gas. That was it. Oil filter.
Yep.
Now
one sensor costs $1,500, $2,000.
Right.
All these crazy prices, like for no reason.
This thing is this big, and your whole car shut off.
Like
don't work.
And back then, the government couldn't show your car off from a satellite and make your car speed.
Alex, pipe down, Alex.
But it's funny. They can't shut it down from satellite. You can go get you. I used to want a Tesla. Until I started thinking about it, I was like, bro, this. And then I seen people getting stuck in a Tesla when like the battery died and all types of stuff. I'm like,
ain't nothing nobody can do.
You can't even drive in the rain correctly and go through a good puddle. You might blow up.
Well, it's electronic steering. It's not even like a steering column. So the steering wheel is basically like a video game. It's just like when the power is completely off, you can take that thing and just go and spin it. And the wheels won't move.
Oh hell!
Unless
I don't want nothing like that.
Yeah, unless the power's on, it doesn't. It's like it's like a video game.
Yeah, I don't. It's certain things I don't like on cars anymore because, like, it's just a stupid feature. I don't even like when you turn the car off and it automatically opens the door. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
with a passion. Like,
what if
that's
you're in
just
a place you don't want to have the door open?
It's a safety feature. Like, why wouldn't you keep the doors locked?
Yeah.
What, stuff like that, man. But I love, like, if you know, like, I take a lot of photos of old cars.
Yeah.
You rarely gonna see a new car in my shit.
Yeah.
Like, you seen them Lambos or something like that, and I haven't posted them yet. You
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what I mean? Because I love the old nostalgic, heavy duty. We know
Steel, all steel.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And it's still, you don't see an OG or Metro till this day because it was made.
Well,
But you-
thank God for that.
You know what I'm saying? But you see those cars from the 60s and the 70s and the 50s and
Right.
all of those till this day.
Yeah,
You see
and
them and they look great.
And they're classics.
You know?
And it's funny because, what is it, 20 years and it's a classic?
Yeah, I think that's what they
Or
said. Yeah.
30
25?
years? 25?
Oh,
So
25?
there's
Okay.
cars
Maybe
now
35, I can't remember.
that are 25 years old that are technically classics,
Yeah.
but they look like shit.
Yeah, they look
It's plastic. You don't see them because they're made out of plastic and they broke down. When's the last time you saw a fucking Saturn?
so true. So true. That was a thing.
We thought that was the shit
That
when they
was
came
the
out.
thing, man.
I thought Saturns was the shit. I was like, that's a nice car. It's so cool looking. And then they're basically just garbage.
Yeah.
25.
25. Okay. You know what cars came a long way? Kias. You remember Kia was like the trash car?
Well,
I mean, I'm saying compared to what they were back then, they was like the trash car. Now I'm seeing Kias everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm
they
like,
still-
what the hell? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
They're still garbage.
they still garbage.
I mean,
they got a
and
whole Kia boy section now where they
Hyundai-
stealing them.
yeah, I was about to
Hyundai-
mention that.
Yeah.
Kia
Hyundai
boys.
and Kia is the same fucking thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It's the same company. They
Well,
just,
it
yeah.
kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, they just did that so they could make more money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
if
know?
you track it back to the head of the snake, it's the same coke sniffing bankers that own that.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. They just came out with a different name and
Yeah.
shit.
You're like,
That's
man,
crazy.
we could sell the same car
That's like, don't Toyota
with a different
own,
name.
Profits.
Jaguar, some shit like that?
Oh, I don't know.
One of them,
I no,
something like
no.
that.
I know that Toyota, like Lexus and Toyota,
Lexus, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Lexus Toyota. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that was one of them. Yeah.
so like a
It's
Lexus
like Jeep Chrysler.
G40 is the same as a Toyota Camry or something.
Man, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's like that now. You gotta like do your research of who makes these cars before you buy them, because it's like, well, I might as well just go buy this because they still make this.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's like that's just too much now.
And there's
It's
not
just too much.
There's nothing made here anymore. You
Yeah.
know, it might get assembled here.
Yeah, I heard they building a Tesla, another Tesla thing
Texas.
here. I'm like, what? Why? Why are we doing this?
Yeah, they're building a Tesla, and the new they're taking it out of California and putting it in Texas.
That's crazy. Just for
Taxes.
tax. Yeah,
Yeah.
And that, and
yeah. That's
you know,
true.
get out
and
of that
all the
blue-
other stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that blue state.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not that it's bad. You
Yeah.
know, they're lovely people, I'm sure, but they're just ruining that place. You know,
Yeah.
from I mean, I think they're probably still on lockdown for COVID. I mean, there's still people wearing masks and shit.
That's crazy.
Florida, we've been out here just fucking raw dogging it.
Hey, Florida and Atlanta, when we went to Atlanta when COVID happened, bro, we went there with masks on.
Mhm.
We felt so out of place. We were like, man, take this
Take that
shit
shit
off. We looked so stupid.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah,
had a
nobody
mask.
gives a fuck.
Like, it was insane.
And that's the way it should be. Like if you wholeheartedly don't care,
Yeah.
and you're going to a place where nobody else cares,
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker, have a good time.
Do what the Romans do, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, selection. What is it? Natural selection.
Yeah.
Let it take its course. Some people are not going to make it.
I didn't get the shit until after I took the fucking shot. And I was forced to kind of take the shot.
Damn.
Yeah, because I needed a job.
Yeah.
Pay child support.
Oh,
Bullshit.
So they made you.
Kind of. They didn't make me, but they made me.
I had that conversation with
You know
someone
what I'm saying?
Through
today.
societal norms that
Yeah.
made him.
Yeah.
Well, I had that conversation with someone today about that.
That's the only thing I regret.
And she'd used the religious thing.
I didn't
and-
think about it
yeah.
that way.
Mhm.
Yeah, if I would have thought about it that, but then did I want to lie on God like that? Just like, you know what I'm saying? Just like, yeah, it's religious reasons, but I didn't want to do it at all, and I did it like to the last minute, and because I had to go out of town, I had to go to freaking Puerto Rico and all that for the
wow.
job,
Mhm.
but I was like, we've been going over there forever. Like, we've been going over there during COVID, and you do a 2-week quarantine,
Right.
and it really wasn't like a quarantine, but it was quarantine because you could still walk around the whole resort and all of that
Right.
stuff. But you do a 2-week quarantine, then you work for 2 or 3 weeks. Well, I was there for like 6 weeks, and then you'll come back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I was like, I didn't want to do it, but I couldn't find another job during the time, none of that, and I was just like, bro, I got to do this, man.
Well, what's fucked up is like on the last administration there was like a 9-month period where they said it's mandatory, They said that they were going to have OSHA involved. And then it went on for 9 months, and they were hyping it up, saying it's about to pass or it's about to become mandatory, yada, yada, yada. And then the Supreme Court struck it down, saying that, no, you can't. Just because OSHA requires you to have it, you're not supposed to take home something that work requires you home.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the Supreme Court mandated it illegal.
Yeah.
And so at that point, it was null and void. But so many people had already bought into it and were fearful for their jobs or had to get it because of their job.
Allegedly, these things are all allegedly YouTube. We are
allegedly.
not, we are not
I'm sorry.
experts.
Yeah, yeah.
This is
we
allegedly.
Don't know. We don't know.
But when you're putting pressure on on corporate necks, you know, obviously it's going to trickle down, and that's just what happened. That's what
I
happened.
don't like the fact that the healthcare workers were made to do it.
Yeah,
you know,
I got it though.
I get it.
They were in
they're right there with them.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
If it's actual protection for them, like I get it, but like it should really be voluntary.
Yeah.
It should always be voluntary.
I don't like the fact that we have to say allegedly right now.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like
this
that.
is bullshit.
Because my body,
happened.
I feel my body.
I
totally
said it.
Different.
I said it.
No, but I get it.
You know why I said it?
Because it'll get taken down.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe
So-
maybe it won't. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I feel like the need to, and I hate that. Like to
You
your
have
point,
to do a disclaimer.
I have
Yeah.
and I've been harping on like freedom of speech and being able to say what you want. Like if we say things that we read and we think because of what we read they're factual. Which we don't talk facts here.
Right,
really.
right.
I mean, unless it's ISO and fucking f-stops.
Right.
But those are the only hard numbers we know. But like I'm not an expert, so I feel like okay, maybe I need to say or preface it with I'm not an expert. I don't know what I'm talking about, but this is what I heard.
Yeah.
And so because I don't want someone to make a decision based on something that I said. Or that one of my guests, unless that is an expert, like if I have the head of the CDC here sitting in the chair, okay,
right.
If that video gets taken down from YouTube, then there's a real big there's some fuckery happening.
Right.
But so I guess it's just people should be allowed to make up their own minds, watch something, listen to something, hear something, and then go, that's an interesting thought. I wonder if it's real, and then go do research. Like I don't think that we should be censoring. I don't, and it really feels gross. It does, to Pat's point.
I agree.
It feels really. I feel. It just takes me back to my prison days when I dropped the soap. You know what I mean? Like my asshole is sore right now.
Yeah, they don't want thought-provoking things anymore.
No.
It's like, this is what's said. Believe this. Don't think anything else.
Right.
That's it.
If I say that I have blue aliens hiding in my shed out back, and someone fucking believes me, that's
an idiot.
their problem.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
They need a cork on their fork and probably a helmet for walking around.
I never heard that
Well,
before. A cork on their fork.
You never watched Dirty Rotten Scoundrels?
No, I never seen that before.
They were con artists.
Okay.
And the guy was like, what? He was acting like he was mentally challenged. And he had an eye patch. And the girl was like, why does he have a cork on his fork? And he's like, it was Steve Martin and I can't remember who else. But yeah. Anyways, besides the point. Squirrel! Went down a rabbit hole.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so that's how that went. But it does feel gross to do that. I don't like it. I think in this format, and I think probably part of the problem is that they know that
It's effective.
billions of people could watch this.
And
There's a potential for that.
I would think that would be different because you're going live.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen a lot of things kind of just get passed because they were going live instead of it being an actual
but
they
edited video
But
and all
now
that.
they have AI that listens exactly as it comes out.
They
and
transcribe it
AI.
as they transcribe it like as we're talking.
Yeah.
And it's just reading everything that we're saying
as like
as we're.
That's the only
in
way
real
that it
time.
could be.
Yeah.
Because there's not somebody at YouTube watching this.
it's not,
How do you
not
think they
paying
get closed
somebody-
captioning on lives? You know.
They're not
That's
paying somebody
true.
$25 an hour to do it.
Yeah.
Minimum to do that. So there has to be some sort of scrubber, a filter, and that's how it's picking up on this.
Yeah,
So,
it'll flag something and then shoot it over to a person. Maybe
It's
you
funny.
know.
Did y'all hear about the whole Pornhub thing? Like, why they banned it in Florida? Because they saying that it was supposed to be a guy that's supposed to look at millions of videos to try to wean out what's inappropriate and what's appropriate and all of that stuff like that.
It's all inappropriate, and that's why we love it.
Not that. We know they ain't appropriate. That ain't appropriate. The other stuff.
Being the porn police would be a hard job.
No, listen.
Right.
How can
It'd be a sticky,
super hard
be in a
job?
sticky situation.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want that damn job. You ain't gonna get no
I
work done.
want- I
You
want
get no
that.
work done.
I'll get all the work
You get
done.
fired today.
Let me tell you something. I would be calling the producers. Listen, the pop shot, the money shot was in the wrong
That was
spot.
wrong.
The camera angle was bad. I didn't see what had happened. So stop showing the bitch's feet and just.
Oh man.
I'm kidding. I shouldn't
don't-
use that word.
And don't
bitches.
forget to top off my subscription to hymns. Thank you.
Yeah, well, the way you get around that whole lockdown,
Oh man.
you make a creator's content. You make a content creator's
Or just get a VPN.
page, or get a VPN. But
Damn,
those cost
am I
money.
telling too much? Shit.
Shit.
They
Well,
got a free
actually,
one. They got a free one.
Google gives you one.
Yep. I was about to say. Yeah.
For $7 a month.
But shouldn't you do all
No,
this
still, they
allegedly?
got it free for now.
Well, I bought the what did I buy? I paid for some kind of premium Google or
Okay.
it might have been space. Like I bought more like
oh yeah.
like Google space, Google Drive.
Google is full of shit. They trying to be like trying to be like Apple now because that before wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
All of that was free.
Yeah.
You get like a terabyte of memory and all that stuff.
Right.
Now it's like, what? Now you try to get me to pay? It's foolishness, man.
Yeah, but what they sweeten the deal. When you get the memory space, and then they're like, well, we'll throw in a free VPN and what else? There was I can go into an app, but they give you you download like a program, and I could go in there and type in my name or anything I want. I can type in anything I want, and it'll search the dark web. And like I typed in my name, and it searched the dark web, and it found like 14 places where my phone number, my address, and my name, and my social security number was in there. And then you have an option at the bottom to delete it from the dark web, and you have to do that monthly. You have to kind of go in.
How much can you talk about the dark web? Because I've always heard that.
I mean,
term.
I don't know. Is that really?
That's what I'm saying.
Is
right?
that a taboo subject?
I don't know. Like,
Well,
that's what I said. How much can you talk about it? Because
I've heard
I've
stories.
always heard about the dark web, but I'm like, how do you? Is there a domain called the dark web, or it's
I
just
have no idea.
okay?
there's certain.
I don't know.
Okay.
You can go search for it, but from what I've heard, there's like certain websites that are accesses to it.
Right.
And so they sell certain things. You interact with certain people, and certain
seen
people
it, yeah.
on that website can see that you're interacting. So they can pick up on your IP address, and they can follow you basically down your virtual path and open up back doors and everything like that. They
Yeah.
can hack into your shit, open up back doors. It's
a lot
not,
of.
It's not something that if you don't know anything about that you want to go diving straight
Right,
into.
right.
It's a lot of
You
that.
need to have everything secured.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, if you find your information, like what they were saying, what it was, because it gives you like an explanation, and it tells you like anything you find on the dark, or anything we find of yours on the dark web. It's like how people are contacting. You ever get those fucking text
Oh, yeah,
messages
yeah,
that we're
yeah.
getting for the light cameras?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's getting them now,
Yeah.
and it's all spam. It's
The
all
easy,
bullshit.
Easy pass when we got some pass down here.
Right.
And easy pass is up north, which is so funny.
Right. So I just delete it and report it to junk. You know what I mean? Or report it or whatever. Because on the iPhone, when you delete the text, you can either delete. It says delete or delete and report as junk. So I always report as junk.
Oh man, you reporting to somebody in there.
Somebody, yeah. Listen, somebody's getting it.
Somebody.
Some AI is getting it and going, I see. Okay, good. Thank you very much, Jim. Thanks for doing your part. And then I still get those fucking texts.
Yeah.
But, phone calls. We've been trying to get a hold of you about your insurance or whatever. It's,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know my information out there somewhere.
Oh, it is.
For sure.
All over the place.
I had a phone call one day, and this person was like, it had to be like somebody overseas. Yeah, we have something. We're calling from Wachovia. I said, Wachovia? I said, that Wachovia ain't even around anymore. Yeah, you all like $500, this and the third. I'm like,
send me a letter. Certified mail.
Listen, this motherfucker started reading off information that was mine.
Yeah.
I had to be like,
Well,
that ain't my fucking, why would you call? But it was, though.
At that point, dude, they're inside your computer looking at your information.
So it's fun because I was at work,
Mm-hmm.
and I just picked the phone. I'm like, this is 2 years ago, and they just start saying, I'm like, what?
Yeah, there's a couple of creators on TikTok that I watch.
Yeah.
That I follow. It's one guy in particular, and all his videos are of scam callers
Mm-hmm.
calling him, and him answering the phone is like some 90-year-old
Oldie lady. Yes, I watched that. I watched it
And-
on YouTube though.
Yeah, and they're like, and then immediately he starts fucking going right into their computer
Yes.
system, and then he deletes their entire
Everything.
database.
I seen the other one the other day. It's
He'll
another
call
guy.
the cops on him.
Yeah,
Yeah. I seen another. He's actually affiliated with him, and they kind of like work with each other.
Yeah.
They'll send each other stuff and stuff like that or whatever because he knows more than one thing, and then he knows another thing.
Right.
But they could get into their security systems, everything. Just knowing
seeing
you could
pictures
do that
of them at their
is
desk.
scary as fuck. Did y'all see the video with the guy? There was a little Asian kid in the corner of his TV screen, like just looking at him.
Yes, I saw that.
Like,
yeah,
what the hell is
Yeah.
going on? That made me. I'm looking at my TV now. Like, is somebody in there? Like,
I wouldn't
not
put
like
it back.
not the characters, but is somebody.
well, you got to
in
think
there?
about it. Like all these TVs,
Yes,
they're all
Wi-Fi?
from overseas.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
that's insane,
And
man.
don't think that there's not a camera somewhere built into that bitch.
Exactly.
Well, and the
Somewhere.
Wi-Fi can map you now. It can 3D map your house based on the hertz and the signal and frequencies.
Do you
and
remember
everything like
that game?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'll have to find. Let me find it real quick.
Do you remember that game Pokemon Go?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When everybody was.
You would walk around.
Yeah.
Okay, so that turn that off.
Sorry.
Fuck. So like, that was, and it's been proven. I mean, I don't. Apparently, I've read somewhere that it was proven that game was created so that they could map basically our whole area, like the United States, or wherever the game is played.
Yeah.
So they would like put a bunch of cool Pokemon in places where they didn't know what was there. And then drones of people would go there. So they would have video footage of every angle.
Because so many people out there.
So
with
many
these
people,
damn
and they're
phones.
walking around with their phone like this.
I thought that was the stupidest fucking game, man. To me, that was just me. I'm not running around almost getting hit by cars just to fucking find a
No.
damn Pokemon.
Fuck all that noise.
Like that was foolishness, man.
There was, what the fuck was it? I totally just derailed because I started watching that. But yeah, this is kind of interesting as well. You can play it. Sorry for the people watching and listening. The volume does not go through the system yet, and I'm not moving my mic over to the fucking speaker. So you're just gonna have to follow along. We're watching. He Googled Wi-Fi tracking in your home, and it's a guy talking about AI tracks humans through walls. Okay.
Has turned every Wi-Fi router into a camera that can work in the dark, specially tuned
I lied.
for living beings. The Wi-Fi router, and they just learned to predict like this is where the human beings are. Then they took away the camera, so all the AI had was the language of radio signals bouncing around a room, and this is what they're able to reconstruct.
What the?
Real-time 3D pose estimation. Suddenly, AI has turned every Wi-Fi router into a camera that can work in the dark, specially tuned for tracking living beings. The Wi-Fi router, and they just learned to predict like this is where the human beings are. Then they took away the camera, so
It just
all
replayed.
the AI had was the language of radio signals bouncing around a room, and this is what they're able to reconstruct.
No, that's
Real-time.
insane, bro.
Yeah.
That's insane. I never heard of that.
This has been out
You
for
can't
at
even
least
have
4 years.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Welcome to the 21st century.
When we were watching the Jetsons, they ain't talk about this.
No, they did
They just
not.
talk about flying cars.
They didn't. But
They
they.
ain't say shit about
No, but they
this.
damn sure predicted the video calls, the video chats.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
We still ain't got flying cars and shit.
We're gonna start getting smell-o-vision and everything.
I don't want that.
Motherfucker.
Could you imagine watching Two Girls, One Cup? Jesus.
Hey, it was
Hey, the
chocolate ice
first time
cream.
I seen that shit, literally,
Literally.
first time we was at work and this guy came in, he was like, "Y'all ever heard of this?" And it was like 7 of us gathered around his stupid ass phone, and he like, "Yeah, watch this," and he giggling and shit, and then all of a sudden she just blew right inside of the cup, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" And then when she went like, I said, "Bro, what are you showing us?"
Yeah.
Everybody walked away. He just giggling in that. I'm like, "Bro, what is this?
It's a train wreck. You don't want to watch it, but you can't turn
Like,
away.
This is real. People
Yeah.
are doing this."
And, well, we actually, this is not the first time we referenced this particular video.
Yeah.
And he Googled it, and apparently one of the girls died from eating shit.
I
Like,
think it was a snuff.
Eat
oh,
shit.
Remember, it sounded like bullshit.
It was fake.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's fake. Okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
the doctor's
story.
name was what was his name? Like Dr. Poovler or something.
Yeah.
Poopler.
Yeah, Dr.
Dr.
Poopler.
Yeah, the doctor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was just
it was
snuff.
bullshit.
Oh, that's funny as
No,
hell.
that's not snuff, Pat. That's
Whatever you call
Fluff.
it. It was bullshit.
bullshit. Snuff is a whole different genre.
Yeah, snuff is
we don't want to.
Yeah.
We don't want to get into them videos.
Oh yeah.
I had a lot of guys on the base that used to do that shit. That shit used to get on my fucking nerves while we were walking around with that damn bottle and.
Oh, that's dip.
Oh, that's
You're
dip.
Yeah,
That's
you're
not-
talking about.
Okay, so what's
well,
snuff?
there is also snuff.
Okay, I thought that was snuff.
But what he's talking about is snuff films.
Oh, snuff film. Okay,
But
yeah,
that's
I
a
know
whole.
what you're
That's where
talking about.
they
took the term
they
from.
like rape and then kill
Oh.
the person. You know.
Never mind. I'm
Yeah.
not talking about American Primeval.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Snuff films are bad. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I never see that.
Not good.
Yeah,
Not good. Not
never
good.
see
No bueno. We don't like. We
Oh,
don't want
man.
that. Nope. Nope. Nope.
That's wow. That is it's mapping your home. It's mapping the people in your home.
It's just by pinging, like basically radar.
Signal.
You know, signal.
Yeah.
Bouncing
So
signal.
how do you combat that?
You don't.
Like
Don't-
you gotta put fucking wallpaper on your fucking walls.
Yeah,
and
you
shit.
won't have Wi-Fi.
You don't have
Yeah,
Wi-Fi,
yeah, you don't
or
have- yeah.
you're,
You don't
you
have
know,
Wi-Fi.
stop being human. I don't know what to tell you.
Because you can't live unless you go completely off the grid. You can't live without any of this stuff.
Right. And even
It's
then,
gotten to the point where it became a crutch.
yeah.
Like you have to have.
Well,
it.
that's why people are saying that, you know, like we all joke about like the synchron. What is it? This. No, I forgot the word. But anyways, you know that we're going to meld at some point with machines, but we already are.
The singularity.
Singularity.
Yeah.
We already are. We are literally fucking cyborgs, dude.
Yes.
And we carry a device around constantly that tracks our whereabouts, that can pull up any information that we want at any moment we want, can take pictures, videos. I mean,
video call.
everything.
Video call is probably the big.
Now,
you remember phone cards?
Yeah.
How much a phone card was to go talk to somebody for 5 minutes? You know, you paying $100 for 5 minutes, and you hopefully you get everything out within that time. Because I know that because my family's Jamaican, so we just always had to get phone cards. You know what I'm saying? And you be like, damn, we gotta get this phone card. It
Yeah.
costs $1 million. Now you literally just go on WhatsApp. When WhatsApp came out, that's when it kind of changed for a lot of people. And then when Messenger came out, and then now it's just like
it was
just
Kik
FaceTime
for me.
Hey,
See, I didn't know Kik had that
Had
on
video
there.
chat.
Yeah, I didn't know that had that. Yeah.
I only got it because my kid had a Droid. I had a fucking iPhone, and like she used to get like scared at night, and I worked late, and she wanted to call me, and she wanted me to see me.
Right.
So I got it so we could video chat with each other because
Yeah.
I didn't know any other way.
Yeah.
And but I'm gonna tell you right now, if you fucking FaceTime me, don't FaceTime me. You tell Gabby stop FaceTiming me. No, my daughter, she is the only person on this earth that will FaceTime me and I'll actually answer.
Yeah.
Because she's like, look at what Liam's doing, or
Yeah.
you know, whatever. You know, she like showing me stuff, but she's still funny with it because she'll like go, I'm on FaceTime with her, and she'll like put her phone and then go do something.
Yeah. She forget that she's.
First of all, I can't hear you because the phone's over here and you a mile over there.
shit.
Second of all, what are you washing your fucking dishes?
Right.
I don't get it.
Yeah. My girl's probably the only person that FaceTime me. If I FaceTime one of my friends, I like, hey, I gotta show you something real quick. You know what I mean? Like, where you at? Let me show you something, or so I can screen record it. I'm not screen record, screen share, something like that. But other than that, I don't really.
I'm either FaceTiming my wife or my boss. Like, where's this low voltage short at? I need your help. I need an
That's
adult
it.
right
Well,
now.
but that's
Right.
good. That's helpful.
Yeah.
it's so
you know, when you're
helpful.
if it's for work.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, it helps so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's actually a
can-
use for it.
You can call somebody and you have 30 years of industry experience. Like,
yeah.
looking at what
Immediately.
you're looking at,
And
yeah.
they can be right beside you.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
nice.
that's good. But it's funny that we have this technology and most people fucking hate it.
Because it's being used
Super
for-
invasive.
Yeah, because like you could just be walking down the street and anybody could just tape you and just put it on. Like, let's say it used to be where you hear about something and you just hear about it. It wasn't everybody, 5 or 6 people videoing it from 7 different angles. You know what I'm saying? And you're like,
Yeah, it's like earlier you were talking about the cards. Remember that? You had to buy the cards for 5 minutes.
yes, yeah.
Jim remembers when you
Yeah.
had to drive or ride a horse 3 miles, and you know you had to tell the next guy, and then he had to go and
Telephone. Jesus walks.
Yes, I was the first postman
The first
Okay, I was
before you posted.
when they call it the
are coming. The British
when they called it the Pony Express. That was me. Okay, I was delivering your mail via horse.
before the wall.
Because I love it and I hate it because guess what? I don't want to use MapQuest no more where I have to go print out fucking 7 pages of fucking longitude and latitude. Now I can just go with maps. You know what I'm saying?
But let's go deeper into that.
Yeah.
Okay, because nowadays you got your Waze app and you can just put it on your thing and you can look at it. But there's more car accidents now
True.
with cell phones than there was back when we used to. You would be looking at a literal map.
Yeah.
Okay,
And reading
it. Have a cigarette in the other hand, a fucking burger in your lap, and a coffee or a
Right.
soda pop,
And maybe an atlas.
and
Shit.
and your CD book.
Yeah,
So you could be
bruh,
and you be
and the CD book.
you be flipping through like, oh, here we go, and we did all of that and shifting gears.
Yes.
And you'd be doing all of that and not
Yeah.
many accidents. But now, because of this fucking thing,
Yeah.
It
and
just
it's funny
zaps.
because everything is on the steering wheels
Yeah.
now. So
Yeah.
it's like it oh my God. I'm driving from Ponte Vedra every day. And these people have $60,000, $80,000, $180,000 G-Wagons.
Yeah.
And they drive them like these for fucking old Pontiacs. Like, what are y'all doing? If y'all don't drive these cars like if I got a $180,000 car, oh, I'm pushing that joint.
Yeah.
I'm going to break that shit down till I can't break it down no more.
sure.
Man, there's no way. Like,
Yeah.
so my car was $14,000.
Yeah.
You know, I'm almost done paying for it. And I ran it till it's not running right now. Like,
Yeah, you
know what
rode
I'm
the
saying?
wheels off
I rode
of
the
it.
wheels off.
Yeah,
So,
man.
You know?
Well, I mean, but it's getting to the point now where shit, it don't take long for them to fall off.
That's
now.
true.
I don't
That's
know. Like I said, back to what we were saying, they just don't make them like they used to.
They make it because they know, especially in America.
It's called planned obsolescence. They plan for it to break.
Yes, absolutely. Because they know for a fact we're gonna buy it again.
Yeah.
This is dirty capitalism.
I bought some Beats. Yeah, fuck you, Beats. I bought some Beats
Dr. Dre.
Buds. The only good Beats I ever got was the actual headphones. But those Buds, man, I had them for like 6 months. Done. One went out.
Did you clean them ever?
Yeah, bro. That's the funny thing. I used to do all of that.
Well, maybe you cleaned them too much. You know,
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm just.
And I'm looking. I'm like,
trying to help
one
Dre
ear
out,
went
you
out.
know?
No, fuck Dre. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Careful.
He knew exactly.
You're gonna start an East Coast West Coast
I know,
beef.
right? But it's like you can't even buy things and know that they're gonna last
No,
anymore.
fuck no.
You know,
I've been through 3 pairs of fucking Apple AirPods,
and they not
mostly
cheap.
because I lose them.
Oh, well, that's something different.
You know.
Mine is just breaking. They just like, you know. So like when I get a good phone, like this phone that I was showing you earlier,
Yeah.
I had this phone for like 6 years. That's what was hard for me to get rid of it until I start seeing the inside of the phone. Because I was
You swipe too much. Too much porn.
no, it's
Need a
called
bigger screen.
Listen, I'm getting to the point where I'm getting older, and I've got my phone, and I just nod off and just it just drops.
Dude, same, bro. Who are
Bruh.
you telling?
I'd have dropped my phone a million times.
How many
bruh.
times did you smack yourself in the head?
Oh, a million times. You just sit there.
You like this?
Damn.
You laying in your bed looking at it?
Oh, right on the bridge of your nose.
Yeah, that's a nice wake up call.
You wake up with a black
brick-
eye. Your
a brick in
woman
the
wondering
face.
what's going on. Like, you didn't have a black eye last night. What's going on?
Yo, fuck.
Right.
Yeah, porn whoop my ass. Legit.
Oh my god.
So
that is funny.
what's new for you, man? Oh, pull up his YouTube.
All right.
It's what is that under? It's just
undiluted vision. Same
Okay,
thing,
undiluted vision.
Yeah. I try to keep all of that like the cohesive. Anything else is UrbanCurrse. Everything else that's like personal stuff, I guess.
I should be following that.
Oh
Yeah, subscribe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that Kona video.
Yeah.
If y'all haven't watched it, go to his undiluted vision and go watch it. It's a great vlog. All your little vlogs are great, man.
So I met him while I was doing Uber.
Okay.
And he got in the car. He was like, put on some Kendrick Lamar. Just like Kendrick Lamar was, and Drake started beefing. Yeah. And he was like, put on some Kendrick Lamar, this, that, and the third. And then we started talking about some other stuff. And then he was like, oh, yeah, I skate and whoop, whoop. And I was like, actually, I've been wanting to take photos of skaters. You know what I mean? And like, that's a thing for me because I can't skate.
Yeah.
You know, I've always loved that shit. Like, I even got some other photos that I'm going to be posting soon, but they're in color of when I went. See, I went to the one over on Beach.
Okay.
That skate park. But yeah, he was telling me, and I never been to Kona Park.
Dude,
And he was like, bro, you got to go to Kona Park.
I'm just telling you right now, like when I saw that,
Yeah.
because I used to go there as a kid.
Word.
Every
Because it's been
weekend.
there
we were
forever,
Yeah.
from what I heard.
Yeah. When I was a kid, we would go there, and I was there every weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the place that was the only skate park in Jacksonville,
Okay.
and that was where we went. You know, I mean, and it was just. It's funny because it looks fucking exactly the same. Just a little faded. You know, it's a little bit. All the colors gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's exactly the same. And dude, like, it brought me back, man.
It was dope, man.
It took me right back.
And the funny thing, when I got there, which I wish I would have highlighted them a little bit more, because I put a conversation of me and the guy talking. It was an older guy. He's probably in his 50s. There was about 4 or 5 guys in their 50s there. Getting at it, like that guy there, he's like in his 50s. It was other guy that I was talking to. He's in his, those two right there, those 2 guys in the back. Man, that guy's like 60 years old.
Yeah.
And I was amazed. I'm like, bro, this make me want to go out here and bust my ass a couple times.
Well, those
you know
guys,
what I'm saying? Like,
those guys have probably been doing it
forever.
straight on.
Forever,
you know, like if I would have stayed with it, I would have been still. But what's funny is I see this kid. He's riding around Kona. He ain't got one pad on him.
no, not nothing.
When I was going there,
The older guys did though.
Well,
they had on helmet, pad, everything.
Well, when we would go and when we was kids, because those guys are my age. So when we would go as kids, they wouldn't let you out that door because you have to go through the little shop.
Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
And they would not let you go out
If you
into the
didn't have
skate park
pads.
unless you had them on. You had to have your knee
Word.
pads on your knees, your elbow
Yeah, you
pads.
see, like some of those guys, they had them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, no, not him. He just, his baseball cap and just him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Folks, I'm sorry about the crackling.
Oh, yeah.
That's me. It's our system.
And he, you know, he let me know, he like, I'm not the greatest skater or anything. He's like, I like to skate. And I was like, that doesn't matter to me. I just want to be able to capture you in your element.
It looks like it wasn't even that busy.
No, it wasn't. We went early morning.
Okay.
Yeah, so we went super early.
On like a weekend day or like
Yes, weekend. And by the time we were done, everybody was coming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was like
I remember
the
going
whole other side was full.
And you literally have to damn near line up.
Yeah, because I told him, I said, I would rather get it. I said, I've been around skate parks, but I've never been to that one. So I was like, I know it's going to get packed. So let's try to go early in the morning.
Yeah.
And we went that morning before he went to work and everything. And it, like I said, it turned out pretty dope, man. I used all film. But I used another camera, point and shoot, to get some of the images as well.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, the WP1 I've been using. I got that.
Is
for
that a
my birthday.
waterproof camera?
Yeah. So the A one is waterproof.
Okay.
But the WP one isn't. It's water resistant.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the whole difference. But it's like a toy, don't it?
Yeah.
Like it's so light. And that was that's originally my everyday camera.
Okay.
But the latch on it broke, so I got to order one from Amazon for like $30. Not Amazon, eBay for like $30, and I'm gonna replace it. But I love that camera. You know, only thing it got a lot of vignette around it. That's the only thing. So I kind of fixed that in
It could look
post.
cool, man.
Yeah, in some of the images it do. Some of it take a little bit away.
That's the one thing about those film cameras, like the one I just gave you, like
Yeah.
that. Because they're all metal. You know, there might be some light leaks.
Yeah,
but they come in and it's like awesome.
Yes.
The way it happens. You
Yeah.
know, and I don't know. There was some really cool and creative ways that people would do stuff, and now it's just like you could just take a regular fucking picture and then you just add those elements later.
Yeah, but I still like I like I'm getting into strobes now, so I finally figured out the PC sync, all that stuff like that. So I'm like, I'm gonna invest in
Good for
strobe.
you. I will never do that. I tried, dude. I just don't care to. If it ain't.
So you don't shoot with strobes?
I try not to.
Word. So it's all continuous light?
Either I have a continuous light, one of these,
Okay.
or
So I got one of these. I can use one of
or
these.
natural light,
Okay.
or whatever. We just roll the dice.
Why not strobe though?
I fucking don't like them. I don't know because it's so it's like you can't tell what it's gonna do. You know, you don't always know what it's gonna do. Like, where is the light gonna bounce, and then how bright do I need it? How close do I need to be? Am I at the right speed? You know, all these factors have to go. Yes, it takes. I'm not taking anything away from people that use them. I think it's great, and I think the people that use it properly,
it's very technical. Yeah,
it's very technical, and they are very light years above me.
yeah. That's why it's been taking me so long to get into it.
Right, like my friend Easy, he uses a lot of strobe. I mean, but he shoots a lot he'll shoot a lot at night.
Okay.
You know, he used to shoot in a lot of clubs and stuff like that, and that was really the only way you can do it. Because if it's too dark, don't matter, how much you're fucking
How much light
your
you trying to
ISO,
get.
how much you pump your ISO, it's
Mhm.
going to look like shit. You
And,
know,
and that's why I've been hesitant because I'm shooting mostly film. It's like it's not like I can see it.
right,
So until I get me another digital camera to kind of like take a test photo,
right.
and kind of work with it that
Well,
way.
that's where light meters
Yeah.
come in.
And I was about
too.
to say, I've been using a light meter.
You have like an external light meter.
So I've been using this one on this one here,
Okay.
but it's still not good enough to capture.
Right,
This captures the whole scene.
right.
It doesn't capture
Like-
the light coming from here and all that. So I did look up. I actually got 2 carts full. I got one on B&H and one on Amazon.
There you go.
With both Sakonica light meter in both
Yeah.
of them. So I'm definitely gonna invest in that because I've been using the one on my phone to kind of get more spot metering and everything.
Right.
But this one is like just the whole entire area. But I keep this one on here for the most part. But I have used it on that. But I'm definitely getting me a light meter.
Yeah.
I already know that's a must. Like out of everything that I do have, that's one thing I need.
Yeah.
For a fact.
Yeah. If
Before
you're-
I even get a strobe, I'm getting that.
If you're shooting film, for sure,
Yeah.
light meters are good. But
Yeah.
like digital, I mean, you can pretty much fix a lot of that shit in post.
Yeah.
You know, I can lighten up. I've changed the entire color of a photo. You
Yeah,
know, because if
yeah.
you're shooting raw digital, it's
Mhm.
like, okay, it's real easy to tell. Go out and find a place that has like a green light
Mm-hmm.
and then shoot somebody underneath that and
Yeah.
it looks like ass.
Yeah.
And then you're shooting raw and you can change it to be like, oh, you made it a natural skin tone.
Yeah.
You know, you fight green with red or you fight red with green. You know, it's just,
So it's funny you say about raw. When I first kind of got a DSLR, I got the D31. That was Canon. No, Nikon.
That's Nikon.
Yeah, I had a D31 Nikon, and it kept coming up as raw, and I didn't know what that was. So I started deleting all of the raw photos.
what the fuck?
Because they didn't. They would coming
you
up
were shooting-
raw.
you were shooting
I was
in JPEG and RAW.
So they were coming up as both. So I was delete all the raw.
Because you looked at the JPEGs and were like, that one has color.
Exactly. And I didn't know that you were supposed to go in and edit and all that
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I had a lot of those pictures that I have now. I'm like, damn, I wish I would have kept the fucking raw files.
Yep.
I could have went back and, put it, posted them and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But JPEG, you're going to go but so far.
Well, when I started shooting digital, and I started watching guys like Peter and Jared Poland. Those were my first two, and I think every photographer probably,
For the most part, yeah.
for the most part, finds those two first because they have the most content
Yeah.
and the most watched content. But I was like, and Jared Poland's always he's always giving people shit for shooting JPEG. He's like, shoot raw only. I mean, his thing is raw.
Yeah.
Or I shoot raw. That's his saying. Which is kind of a double entendre.
I like shooting both, though.
But but I mean, like, and I was looking at it before I started seeing those guys. I was looking same as you.
Yeah.
I was shooting dual, and then that's why I found him.
Yeah.
And he was like raw because then he showed how to edit and everything. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that makes so much more sense. If you try to edit a JPEG,
Oh, my God.
you start getting all this foxing and weird shit happening and, blowouts and weird color, things happening.
So even with film now, even though they usually send JPEGs back, like when I get my scans back, but now I'll be getting them to send TIFFs,
Okay.
so I could control some of the
Yeah.
colors and stuff like that.
Right.
Because before I was like, I kind of want to edit this a little bit different, and then I could only go but so far. With
Right,
it,
right.
But not like I said with the TIFFs. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
learned
you
that,
start
yeah.
pumping the highlights. Ooh,
Yeah,
you
it
start-
just
like
started
what?
crazy looking,
Yeah,
man.
it
Oh
just
my
goes
God.
black. It just like you get these big black spots
Yeah.
on your pictures. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is happening right now?
Like I shot some JPEG on a Digicam the other day of the Armory downtown that
Okay.
shut down
Mhm.
because we shot a scene there the other day. Oh
Okay.
my God, I still smell the mildew. But I went and I'm just this asshole where I go through the whole building by my damn self.
Uh-huh.
Like I went through the entire building. Everybody else stayed in this one part to the point where the guy that owns it now. He seen it. They got a camera in there. He had to call him to tell him like, "Hey, tell him to get out that basement." I was everywhere. Like I'm gonna start posting some of the pictures. I started editing some of them today before you came and got me.
Yeah.
But like I love that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I love
Abandoned
the
buildings.
old decrepit. Like even though you see me post like people and stuff like that, that's
Mm-hmm.
cool. They all right. Humans are okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But the stuff that is gonna get demolished and it's never gonna be here again. Like that's the stuff I love. Like I love when I see like people post how there was a toll at the end of the bridge,
Yeah.
and stuff like that, that you don't see anymore. I love
it's history, dude,
yeah.
and it's going to be history. Like there's a school downtown somewhere, and it's like they have it blocked off.
I got pictures of that.
You motherfucker!
I got maybe 2.
Okay.
I didn't get to go in the gate.
Yeah, you like it's completely
it
blocked
off. I was so mad because I was with my girl that day.
You can get permission to go in there though.
Okay.
I don't know how.
Okay.
But you can contact somebody and they'll allow you to get permission. You gotta probably sign waivers and stuff.
Yeah, because you fucking
fall
through a
in
floor.
this or fall through a floor
It's
or
like
whatever.
School 17 or school something.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
see it off I-95.
Yeah, it's right there where the
Right
bridge
there.
at.
Yep.
Yep. I took some
where the
couple
interchanges. Yeah.
Because me and my girl was walking around, and I was like, "Damn, I didn't even know this was here."
Yeah.
And then, because it's like a lot of homeless on the other side too. But I was like, "Shit, if you wasn't here, you know I'd have been in this gate, right?" And she started laughing. She know that about me. I'll go under a gate in a heartbeat, or go over a gate in a heartbeat, and
allegedly.
That's
for you. That ain't for you.
Ain't no
too. That's
alleged.
for
I'm
you.
telling you, I'm going. All right. If you see me in a crazy place, that's just me.
Yeah.
Like I have these photos that I'm gonna be putting out soon too as well. There's an abandoned projects.
Okay.
Over off of
Call me next time. I want to go with you.
real shit. We'll go. No.
Yeah.
Because I definitely want to go revisit that because I wanted to bring somebody over there to take some photos of them over there.
Yeah.
Because I did a music video over there for my little brothers, but I mistakenly found it because I was dropping somebody off for Uber, and then I drove past and I just looked down the street. I said, "Oh, that look abandoned." And I went down there. It's a whole entire projects. That's
They make
abandoned.
good-
It's right there off of. Oh my God! It's
right off the tip of your tongue there.
yeah. Pause.
You'll remember it. You'll remember it here shortly. But it makes good. Bitch, it makes good backdrops for photos with people too. Like you get one of these old abandoned places,
and they're nice and elegant.
Yeah,
that's how I kind of looked at it.
Yeah,
like the person is nice and elegant, but the background is fucked up. Like I love that. I love it. It's dope. It's hell over there, and it's crazy because when you go in there, it's like somebody spray painted on it. Welcome to hell. I got the video. I got the not the video. The what you call it.
Well,
I love
we
it.
could go ghost hunting over there for sure.
It's like damn near like a ghost town for real. But it used to be projects back in the day.
What are you fucking with, Pat?
Nothing.
What are you playing with? Stop playing with shit.
But it's one way in and one way out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing. But it's eerie over there.
Yeah.
Like especially at night.
Yeah.
Oh my God, at night it's pitch black. Like oh, it's crazy. But I love those things. Anything like that. Like I love Arlington Expressway because that's the original Jacksonville.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's certain parts of West Side that I like because you could tell that's just by the roof. There's certain roofs that like they do this little dip.
The architecture was different
like
back then.
you know that's from back in the day. They're not making that stuff anymore. So those buildings and stuff like I want to capture more. And like I said, people is cool. I like doing that.
They're not going to be around forever. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's not, man.
Those residential houses, like in Arlington area, like the rooftop, like just the houses alone, like little brick houses. The attics are only like 4 feet tall. Because I do duct work, so I know if we get an Arlington house in a certain zip code, I'm like, fuck.
Damn.
Wear your helmet and your back protection.
Yeah, because you're gonna
you
get
finna get nails in your head.
Jeez, Christies, man.
Yeah, you crawling through there.
Yeah.
Not good.
But those are the places I really love, man. Like I love those areas. And then there's an area. Oh my God, it's close to downtown. But I want to go photograph that. I'm trying to get as much photography about Jacksonville as possible.
Yeah.
And from my eyes.
Yeah.
Because there's, like I said, there's certain things that I see that I'm
your
just like,
perspective.
yeah. And not everybody's. I'm not gonna go take pictures in fucking Ponte Vedra. I'm just not, because it's just too new. Like I don't really care about taking pictures of these brand new homes.
Yeah.
However,
and they're all just squares.
exactly. There's a couple of mansions that I would take pictures of, but it would probably be more at night.
Yeah.
Because I get
There's
that.
no architecture, and for some reason, architecture it draws photographers in.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a building downtown near where they do like the Riverside Arts Market.
Yeah.
There's a building. It's a big old skyscraper, and it's like it looks cool. Like they did like this weird like checker pattern up the building, and I saw it one day. I was like, that
is it blue?
I don't remember. I thought it
Because
was
I want to
gray.
say I think I took a picture of that on my.
But it just looked cool. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that, but
I have my favorite building downtown though.
Is that right?
I've taken like fucking a million pictures from different angles. Like from
is it that
different
church
streets.
with the big red door?
No, it's the tallest building with the peak.
Oh, the
What building is that?
that
again?
used to be the
Wells
Altel building.
Fargo? No, not
No,
Wells
no, no,
Fargo.
no, no.
can't
It used to be the
remember.
Altel, I think.
If you go, you'll see it on my page. I love this. I love that building because it just stands out. Like it's super dope.
On this
It's probably-
page?
yeah, it's probably all the way down. I think I did it in color. But I will always take photos from different angles and all that. I wanted to take a picture of when the moon was out one time, but I didn't have my freaking camera. I was mad as hell. That's why I try to always keep my camera with
Never
me as much
fails.
as possible. Oh, there you go, right there. Oh, yeah. I done took pictures through the, and I got some more that I got that I'm editing.
I forget which building that is.
I can't remember what.
It used to be some when they first built it. It was a bank. It
Yeah.
was some bank.
And then I love this. That's like we don't see that anymore.
Yeah.
That's like the old radio tower, radio
Yeah.
antennas and all of that. I love
Yeah.
that.
Now they put like limbs on them to
Yeah.
make to fake us out. Like
So
like
I
we're
thought they were
dumb.
trees at first.
Did you really?
I swear to God.
Do you remember when they
I
used to
said,
have
what kind
the
of
wax?
weird ass tree is this?
Was it the waxmen that would glow in downtown Jacksonville? They had them everywhere. It was like waxmen. But they weren't made of wax, but they looked like men made of wax, and they would glow different colors.
I didn't
Oh,
know
that'd have been
that.
dope. I never
Yeah,
seen
I
that.
never seen that.
That
They
probably
used
before I
to have
came.
that.
Before
I'll have to look
hit
into
me.
I always when I go downtown, I always take pictures of the Maxwell House plant. You know,
Okay,
it just
yeah.
looks cool with
Yeah.
that red coffee cup. There's a picture of it on my page. But yeah, I do love old stuff, taking pictures of things that are maybe not going to be around forever.
Yeah, man.
You know, it's a piece of history, and it's going to. If it's not, it will be.
Yeah.
You know, and there's just something nostalgic about it. There's something interesting about it. There's something that it makes people like stop.
Yeah.
And go.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, that's what it used to be like.
And that's why I've been shooting a lot of black and white, or I've been converting a lot of my photos to black and white because it just makes it even more nostalgic. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh shit, that's real gritty. And I'm trying to capture the scene how I saw it, but also give it a little flavor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, going to that armory the other day, I didn't know I was gonna be there. You know, I was just like, I'm taking this chance. I'm going everywhere. You know what I mean? So I did a couple on my point and shoot. I mean, my little point and shoot, and then I did a bunch on my film camera. You know what I mean? Just so I can have, just in case those don't come out, I still got the ones from the point and shoot.
Right,
you know
right,
what I mean?
right.
Because you just never know. You know. But I hope that what I'm doing with like all of this stuff is gonna resonate one day. Not today, not
Yeah.
tomorrow. Maybe 10 years from now, when people are like, oh damn, Jacksonville don't look like that no more. Damn, that's pretty cool. You know, that's what I really post for.
Well, it's like it reminds me a lot like my friend Jay that I was talking about earlier. You know, he posts on his stories a lot. Like he'll go on Google and just look up pictures of like he like I'm not sure what he's searching, but it's like hood pictures
Yeah,
of just
yeah.
people just living their life out there.
Mhm.
And a lot of them are black and white photos, and they're beautiful pictures. And he posts a lot of those on his stories,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that. It tells a story.
Yes.
Those are really, they tell a story of people who are going through some shit, and it's like it's undeniable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that would be, if I was like interested in a project or doing something like that, that would probably be the project I would choose.
Yeah.
I need something to get back into it, dude. I need to get mused.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just let me just say, I love all my model friends. I love them all y'all. But it's just not
It's a difference.
interesting to
Yeah.
me anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't mind, and there are some people that I've met along the way that like have just this look about them that I always want to photograph. I don't know what it is, but there's just something about them I always want to photograph, but I just haven't had it in me to pick up my camera, pack it up, and go out the house with it.
Yeah.
I used to just go drive around and then just stop. I didn't even know what was around me. I just stop in an area of town that I didn't know.
Yeah.
I'd get out and I'd walk around and start snapping.
So you know what I've been doing? It's been kind of hard lately because I've been doing this overnight stuff. But
yeah,
I go on a walk and just take a camera.
yeah.
Like I've got to the point where it's like in my neighborhood, and I'm like, I've been in this neighborhood for a while, but there's things
You don't see it that way.
Yeah. And I just start going around, and I'm like, and I'm gonna see something.
Yeah.
And it inspires me that way. And then sometimes it takes for somebody to call me and be like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen you do anything. Like you all right?
Yeah.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
Like
nobody calls me.
You know,
No one gives a fuck. But I always preface it with like I'll
It's
make
more
a
family though.
I'll make a video
Yeah.
and be like, well, my family don't even look at my shit no more.
Word?
Yeah. Well, they did in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, it's only family and friends that support
Yeah,
you, and
yeah,
then
yeah.
whenever other people find you, your family goes, "All right, I'm tired." Of you
Right.
guys," you know, but
We know he does that.
They
right?
don't even look at it no
Yeah.
more. But yeah, like, what the fuck was I saying? I don't remember.
Family and they looking at your work and all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't know. I don't remember. It don't matter. It don't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it definitely makes you look at your surroundings in a different way.
Inspiration. If you getting inspiration, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need a new muse.
Yeah.
I for sure need a new muse.
We going on photo walks, bro. We already talked about that.
Yeah.
Like, especially in like St. Augustine area, Daytona.
Yep.
Yo, Daytona is a spot that, man,
I don't think I've ever shot down in Daytona.
bro, their beach life is better than our beach life.
I don't really
Like in the sense of architecture.
Yeah.
They have a nice boardwalk.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And then they got the old motels.
I
there.
want to go to Savannah. And
You know
shoot.
that they light that night. The lighting is just amazing. Like just shooting at night there would be freaking dope.
I have you been to Savannah?
No, have I? No, I haven't been to Savannah. No,
Savannah's got cool shit like that. And
Okay.
everything's fucking haunted, of course. But I mean,
so it's a lot of older houses,
outside of that, it's a lot of
Yeah.
old buildings, a lot of old houses, old,
like Victorian homes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
and
that's my
old,
shit.
like a lot of old bars and stuff that are built inside that were like warehouses, and you know maybe people were mass murdered there or whatever, but they built a bar there. And
Yeah.
they're like, why is it haunted? I don't know,
Right.
asshole. You know,
Only 25 people got.
have you never seen
slaughtered.
Poltergeist?
Right.
You know what's wrong with you?
It's only an Indian burial ground. It's okay.
Yeah. They moved the headstones, but not the graves.
That's
Oh, my
crazy.
God. But yeah, I need someone to
Yeah.
kind of to rattle me a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
you know, when you're like, if you want company
Mhm.
and you want me to come with you, you got to reach out.
No,
and,
real stuff,
And,
real
if
stuff.
and if I give you this bullshit where I'm like, yeah, man, I'm kind of busy. I you know,
I'm
don't.
like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
What
Get
the
your
fuck
put
are
your
you
dick
doing?
down,
Right.
zip your pants up, grab your camera, and
Bring
let's
your
go.
ass. Yeah.
Because there really ain't no reason.
No, it's no
you
reason,
know,
bro.
There's really
It's
no
real.
reason for
Unless
me
you're
not-
tired. Like you've had a long week.
Yeah,
That's something different.
That's an
I
excuse.
it's kind of an excuse because, like, I ain't gonna lie. Like just today,
Yeah.
if I didn't take that, I was so glad she was running late.
Got his
I
little
was
nappy nap.
so glad because I was telling, bro, I did 27 hours up yesterday because I went to work, got off at 8, ran a couple errands. Junior came and got me, which is the director of the film. We went from my house all the way to the west side. Well, from downtown. Then we had to leave from downtown to the west side, and then we started filming we left about 2. We didn't get home until 2, almost 2. You know what I mean? And I was up that whole time. I got up, go to work, all that stuff.
So that little 30-minute nap did you good, huh?
Man, that did me awesome.
Well, see, that's my
boy.
problem.
Jeez.
I get home from work,
Mhm.
and if I sit down on that couch,
Oh, yeah, it's done.
motherfucker is over.
Yeah, it's done.
It's over.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you ain't tempting me with unless you got a vagina. I mean, there is no.
All right, so how about this? I'm about to put vagina on the camera.
Or you, or
I'm gonna put Pornhub right on the back of your camera,
Or-
so you get motivated.
or you can bring a friend.
Ah. Oh, that's funny. Now that's the muse, right?
Yeah.
That's the muse.
Mhm. Yeah, I'll jump for that.
You know what I'm saying?
sure.
Nah,
I
I
will.
feel you on that, man. Because it's like even today they had a mural. They was painting a bunch of murals down in Phoenix area
Okay.
that they do every year,
Mhm.
like stuff like that. If I see it and I see it early enough,
Mhm.
I try to get there.
Yeah.
Like Springing in the Blues was the other day, but I was on set, so I didn't get to do that. But I was like, at least I'm doing something.
Yeah.
I'm not just sitting in the house. So if it's
Yeah.
happening and I'm just sitting in the house, I feel bad. But if I'm doing something else, I'm like, well, I was on set shooting this. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because I really do love street photography, man.
Yeah.
I especially
Something about it.
Oh man, I don't know what it is. I like capturing people. I love candid photos.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like all my behind the scenes is candid photos.
Yeah, fucking don't plan shit.
You know what I mean? Like but I really do want to do some studio work.
Yeah.
And I have a few ideas. Like I put out one because I'm putting it into the universe. I want to I don't know if you remember the movie Babs. So
Babs.
it was Halle Berry and
Yes.
I forgot the other lady name, but they were praying like some ghetto. How can I explain it? They were ghetto, but they were sweet.
Okay.
which is fucking rare.
Yeah, and didn't they own like a salon or something?
Yes, they were trying to get like a salon and all that
Okay.
stuff, and they had like these boyfriends that was like trying to get like a limo company and all that
Right.
stuff or whatever. But it was like the older guy, he needed company, and then the nephew was the nephew got the two girls to keep him company to make it seem like it was an ex-girlfriend's daughter, but it really wasn't. And he kind of at the end you found out that he knew that it wasn't the whole time. He just loved being around them, and they made his end of his life just spectacular.
Yeah.
So I love how they dressed in that
Okay.
movie because
They were very
even though they
colorful.
had super colorful, the big hair, everything, and even then in the movie they were still modest because they'll say like maybe we did too much. You know what I mean? And I love that they were themselves, but then they also were like they knew to take it down a bit.
Okay.
They were ghetto, but it was but they were sweet.
Yeah.
They loved that man. Like they wanted just for him to have good fun
Yeah.
and that's it. Like they wanted him to live his
They had
best
good
life.
hearts.
So when I seen it, I was like, I would love to recreate that in a photo shoot, but they do all of the hair, the makeup, the nails, the big nails, and the jewelry, but they dressed in like Sunday dress.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And they're in studio, in the
Right,
white
right,
background
right.
and all that stuff. So I'm looking at that.
Yeah, I know a place.
Okay, please.
You
please
ain't
let me-
been to Collab?
Okay, so I heard about collab. Matter of fact, you was telling me about
Yeah,
that.
they
Last
got
time I was
big.
here.
They have a giant sink wall.
Yes, that's what I need.
Yeah.
That's right. Are they expensive?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I can't remember their pricing, but they do by the hour
Okay.
or day, or they also have like a monthly or a yearly
Okay, okay.
subscription type of thing.
Yeah, I probably need.
Which that might get a little pricey, but I mean,
Maybe
if
3-4
if you're paying for the year,
Yeah.
it's
It'll make it.
yeah, and it's cool because there's places to go and you can hang out. They got seating. They have a bar,
Okay.
so you can have a drink.
Could you take photos there too, like at the bar
Yeah,
and stuff?
you
Okay.
can shoot anywhere in there. I mean,
Okay.
from what I remember, it's been a while. They used to do Jit or Ray or John. Any of you guys watching? We missed they used to do once a month. They would do like.
I saw that they were doing
And,
groups.
yeah, they would-
Yes.
yeah, they would do
and
events.
everybody just come.
Networking events.
Yes,
That's the word.
yes, yes.
Jesus, my
I think I
brain
seen it on your
stopped
page.
working. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it on your page.
Every
yeah.
time I would go, I'd either make a video and or take a bunch of pictures or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I loved it. Those guys are beautiful people.
Yeah.
They're great people. They're fucking excellent business people too.
Matter of fact, it's right by that school, isn't it?
Probably.
Yeah, it's not
It's
too far from
I think it's right by off King Street.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think it's King Street. I don't know, but yeah,
Okay.
you could go. I mean, it's not. It's
Might be
right
like
in the
6
heart of
blocks.
Riverside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right in the heart of Riverside. It's
'Cause I
like
definitely wanna
perfectly
do some
placed.
studio work, man. Like I and then give me some advice. Would you seeing how I have my Instagram for like the street photography and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Would you put the professional photos on that, or would you make another?
On the undiluted,
Yeah.
I would leave I like the feel and the format
Okay.
of undiluted.
So make another Instagram. for,
Either
like,
make
more of
another
the-
one or use it for use your UrbanCurrse or whatever.
Ah,
you know what I'm
okay,
saying?
true.
So yeah,
Okay.
that's how I would do it. But
Yeah.
I'm a fucking idiot.
No,
so-
because I've been I like getting advice about this stuff because
Yeah.
other people seeing it.
Yeah.
And they I want other people
Now
to
I
see it and
do
like
know
it.
my friend Russell who does So Scenic Photography. He's got like fucking 30 pages. He's got
Yeah.
like a black and white. He's got an after dark, allegedly.
Yeah.
He's got a sports page. He's got a cars page.
Yeah.
Every different like
For
genre
niche,
each different type of thing niche. He'll create a new page for it.
Okay.
And I was
I
just
kind of I understand. I just don't want to have to manage that many pages.
that part.
That's the biggest thing.
I can't do it.
Yeah, I don't want to manage 5 pages. If I could narrow it down to 3 pages, where professional, my street photography, and then my main page. Because
Right.
my main page, it's just going to be adjacent to those pages anyway.
Right.
But it's like I want the visuals to look a certain way.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want it to be misconstrued like, oh yeah, this is this and this is that. No, I do professional work and then I also do street
Right.
photography. And I also do behind the scenes work. So I would probably keep the behind the scenes work on the undiluted
Right.
and stuff like that. And then
Yeah, I like the feel of that. I think
Yeah.
and I like how you matte everything.
yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
The Instagram is dope for that now, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I've cropped everything in, and then borders and no borders.
No, that's what I meant. The matting.
Okay, yeah.
It almost looks like a matted photo.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Because I was wondering if people even like that or not.
Because you did it. It's like it's consistent through all the whole page. So that's what's good. When it's like I got one photo here like that, and then you get a full screen photo. It's just that's weird. Yeah. But yeah, when you mat everything, and I think my friend, like I talked about Barry, I think he mats all of his too, like that. And I used to do that because I didn't know how to fill the frame, like how to crop it for Instagram. And I was like, why is it cutting off? What the fuck?
But thank God now they got it where you could fix your ratio now. Yeah.
Well, and I will export it out of Lightroom for Instagram. So 5x4, that's your feed.
Yeah.
Okay, so anything if you crop it in in Lightroom and export it as 5x4, it'll fill up the entire thing on the feed.
Yeah.
9x16 is your story. That'll fill from top to bottom, left to right. So that's pretty much Instagram in a nutshell. Facebook, you can post whatever and it'll show a thumbnail, it'll be cropped, but when you click on it, it'll expand it into the full photo.
You post on Reddit?
No. I downloaded Reddit for like 5 minutes and went, oh God, no. What the fuck kind of psychotic craziness is this?
Reddit is another world.
Reddit is another world. I do not understand it.
Oh, for real? That's how I felt about Twitter at first.
Maybe I'm just stupid, but I'm like, there's like the Reddits, and then there's like subreddits and all this thing, and then this thing.
It took me like a few months to figure it was subreddits. I was like, okay, because when I used to Google, Reddit to come up, and I'm just thinking it's just like you ask questions. I didn't know it was like a whole thing. There's photography, there's architecture, there's this, there's that,
it goes deep.
There's porn, there's every fucking thing on there. Like Reddit is another freaking world, man. Man. So like, and I've seen a lot. Like they got the Jacksonville page, they got like the abandoned page, like you post abandoned stuff.
Oh, okay.
So like stuff like that, and I posted maybe 5 times. I haven't been doing it as much because, like I said, I don't want to have to manage so many freaking pages.
Yeah,
so I just posted on my on Undiluted, and what I do is, that's why you see every day I schedule because I notice if I don't schedule, I go through a certain round of photos, and I'm like, okay, I just schedule this for this, and I might schedule two pictures this day, but I make sure I post. There's a post every single day.
That's why you come up on my motherfucking feed
every day. and what I did was I was only going to do it for 30 days.
Yeah.
And then I just like, fuck it, just keep doing it, bro.
So
I'm gonna just do it for a year and see what happens.
If you got the work, then do it.
Yeah. Trust me, I got a lot of photos.
See, my problem is I will do a photo shoot somewhere or walk or whatever, and I'll edit all the ones I love, and then I will just fucking throw them all out there.
Yeah.
I'll do a scroll page. Fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not the smartest person when it comes to social media. So when you asking me questions, I'm like, consider the source.
Well, it's more or less just like a personal thing because I know even for me, I don't want to see 20 pictures. You get what I'm saying? Probably the limit is 10. And that's it. Like after you go to 20, it's like, God damn, I'm still scrolling. Like just give me some sessions.
If you got like a good song or something somebody want to listen to.
Something like that's what. If you notice, I put music on every single one of my posts because I love music.
I don't notice because I always have the volume off.
Okay.
I don't. Unless somebody like,
I can dig it.
If I see your face and you're like vlogging, then I'm gonna turn it on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna click it and I'm gonna turn the music on or the volume so I can listen.
Yeah,
to
I do the same thing too. Yeah.
But like if it's just pictures and shit, I'm like, and I see that little speaker at the bottom with a line through it. I'm like,
keep it down there. So, because even with the music I'm posting with it, I try to make it close enough to what the post is
like
about.
The subject matter. Yeah.
And if I can't think of something, I just put a beat. Yeah, it's like
I just go to what I do is I go because if you look when you're scrolling for music, the little things with the little squiggly arrow on the side, that's trending music.
Yeah.
So I'll listen. Okay, I like that. And I'll just use that music. Sometimes I don't even know what the fuck artist is. I don't even know what I just picked. And some people are like, man, that's a dope fucking song you put on that. I'm like,
I don't know who the hell it is.
Yeah,
that's trended.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
I'm so out of the music game.
Yeah.
I don't know who the, little this, young that.
Right.
I don't know who these fucking people are.
It's oversaturated. It's hard to keep up. There's a new person every day. Like right now is the dude that's what the helly? Like that's the new thing.
Never heard that.
You know, exactly. Like he did it off of just some fun shit.
All I know is that I want like a cool rap name, you know, or like a street name, because everybody, you're UrbanCurrse, you know.
Let me see.
And you can't give yourself one.
I'm gonna have to think of one for
Yeah,
you.
think
I'm gonna
on
think
it.
of one for you.
You know, and you can't give yourself a cool nickname, because
Yeah.
if you do, it's kind of lame. You know,
Ooh, Gym Pop.
Gym Pop.
Like almost like Gen Pop, but Gym Pop.
Okay, we'll have to see if it sticks though. if people start calling me Gym Pop,
It's kind of a vibe, you know?
you know, if it sticks, I'll go with it.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
roll with it. We'll
yeah.
roll with it, because I want to be able to. And I know this is silly, but I'm just like, it would be cool to like. I mean, I could like make a new Instagram, and it's like, this is Gym Pop. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And then nobody knows who the fuck I like. I'm not gonna put anything of myself on it. It's just gonna be all
Yep.
just photos
Yeah.
of random shit.
I'm telling you, it'll stick. And people will start calling you, "Oh, you Gym Pop."
Yeah.
Like I've seen like they call the guy Southside something. He literally goes to South Street
Yeah,
Street
yeah.
Sam.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
his name. He just on South Street.
And people know him.
People they literally are like bombarding him to take a photo.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think I want that though.
That's what I want. I want that. That's why I want. I want people to want to me. They want to get to me.
Yeah.
But then they can't, because they don't know who the fuck I am.
Okay, well, they know who he is. Yeah. See, yeah, for him, he's like, they're like, "Oh, you saw South Sam. You saw South Sam." And they're like, "Can you take me a picture?" It's like 10 people waiting for him to take photos of him.
I'm gonna start making vlogs where it's only the front facing camera, so it's just pointing out at whatever I'm looking at, and I'm talking, and that's all
dope.
they get.
Yeah.
That's all they get.
No, that's dope. That is, I mean,
And I'm
people
just
doing it
gonna
on YouTube all
spit
the
knowledge, because I'm old, and I know, you know, I'm older. I'm wiser, I
Yeah.
guess. You know, I know. I have forgot
Yeah.
more shit than these youngsters will ever
Ain't
know.
that the truth? Ain't that the truth?
You know what I'm saying? But you
Yeah.
know, that's just an idea I had. But you know, you can't give yourself a cool nickname, because I was like, you know,
So my UrbanCurrse come from my stage name from music.
yeah.
And it came from I do it for urban people that live in. I do it for the urban people that feel like their life is cursed.
Mm.
And I thought about changing my name for so many years, and I was just like,
No, dude, that
just
is
keep it.
such a cool name.
You know what I mean?
Don't you ever lose
Yeah,
that name.
yeah,
That is the
yeah.
fucking coolest name ever.
Oh, appreciate you, man.
Dude,
Yeah.
it just like rolls off the tongue, and it makes you feel cool
My
when
first-
you say it. I'm like, yeah, my friend UrbanCurrse is coming on tonight. Fuck you. You don't know UrbanCurrse? Bitch.
I'm telling you, because at first it was Piccolo. Not Piccolo from what you call it, from Dragon Ball Z. No, it was Piccolo.
No.
And then I found out about Piccolo,
Mhm.
and then I watched A Different World, and then Tupac was on there, and his name was fucking Piccolo.
What?
I was like, how the fuck is this a thing?
And that sounds too close to. It's either.
I thought I made it up.
It sounds like Piccolo or Juggalos. and
Yeah,
you
like
don't want
something
none
like
of
that. And I actually was like drawing the name everywhere, everything. Like I was graffiti and shit,
You went
everything.
full bore.
Went full board. And then like 14. So I've had UrbanCurrse since 14.
Oh wow.
Yep. And that's been my stage name forever. Always been my stage. People either know me as UC,
Yeah.
UrbanCurrse. If you know me personally, you know Tristan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
But most
like,
people
when-
don't know Tristan.
When I first I think it might have been when you went on Connor's podcast.
Mhm.
I was like, UrbanCurrse. That's intimidating. That dude is scary. You know, I don't want no curse.
Right.
You know, but you know, then I listened and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, and then I went and listened to y'all's podcast and I was like, oh, he sounds dope as fuck.
Yeah, my man. Yeah.
You know, and he's a photographer. I mean, he does videography. You know, that just brought my little rabbit brain right back to. I asked you earlier, what's next for you, and I know you said you've been filming stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you talk about it?
Yeah,
or?
yeah, we can talk about it. So right now I've been filming behind the scenes for a movie.
Okay.
So like I was telling you, I missed the times of going into the DVDs and watching all the
Yeah.
behind the scenes stuff. So me and the director came up with the idea like, hey, why we just don't come out with a behind the scenes film? You know, and interview everybody, everything, film all the behind the scenes, come up with something great or whatever.
It's like documentary style.
It's pretty much documentary style. And I'm a documentary fool.
Yeah.
Like, I love documentaries. I love to hear a great story. And I love when people could put it together and keep me engaged.
Right.
So that's the goal right now, is to make sure I keep everybody engaged with
Yeah.
that stuff. Even with my YouTube page, I don't post as much because I work on a video for 2 or 3 months at this point.
Right.
And I edit it 2 or 3 different times. because I'm like, this not engaging to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then I'll have like my girl watch it or have other people watch it, and I send it to them or something like that. I'm like, what you think about this? And they're like, no, I like it. I'm like, oh yeah, you didn't say you love it, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna redo it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
when it's like show enough, I'm like, cool. But and I know nothing's gonna be perfect, but I still need it to be a certain feel because I'm not just gonna put out no bullshit.
Yeah.
So
It's got to be something you feel good about.
yes, and I love that I'm able to do all of this behind the scenes stuff because a lot of people they don't know what it takes to make movies.
Right.
They don't know what it takes to do a podcast. They don't know what it takes to do all of these different things. So if I could show you, hey, I use this camera, or I use these lights, hey, and then this is how I did it, this is how I light it, this is the ISO that I use, this is this and the third. If I could give you a breakdown of what I did and then also give you a breakdown of what I fucked up on, because I'll have no issues with telling you that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, I could have did this better.
Transparency.
I could have did that better. I could have moved that better. I could have did this better. You know what I mean? Because I know I'm learning every single time, and I'm waiting, not waiting. I'm hoping that everybody else in the city is gonna see me doing all this behind the scenes stuff, and they'll kind of like, hey, come over here, man. Can you do some stuff for us over here?
Right.
Because I love it. I really do love being a fly on the wall, because you're literally a fly on the wall. Even though all these people know me, and I had to start telling them, hey, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
I'm
Ignore
supposed
me.
I'm supposed to be capturing you. So it's like, you can't ask me a question, and I'm supposed to be capturing you. You know what I'm saying? So they get it. Like, a lot of times I come in a hurry, dap them up and everything. I'm like, hey, remember, I'm capturing y'all.
not here.
This is y'all moment. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing, that they're going to be able to go back to our archive at some point, and their people get to see it, and they get to see it. And I'm like, damn, this was 5 years ago, and I was in that movie, and I did this and this and the third. Like, I got another video from my first movie that I did, because I filmed that entire year. It took us a year to do that video. I'm in that movie. But I filmed that entire year, and I have hours of footage.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put something together because it was my first film. But I want to narrate it, everything, documentary style, all of that, and then kind of go back and sit down with the people that was in the movie with me, and talk to them as well. You know what I mean? So the goal for the YouTube page, is to do more breakdowns. Showing you what I'm using, what I'm doing, what I'm going through, stuff like that on the entertainment side. On the entertainment side. I don't know what the hell's going on with me today.
Awful gassy.
I know, right? But
Probably the meat adjacent
maybe.
noodles.
But yeah, so like stuff I just want to break down a lot of stuff on my YouTube page. But movie wise, I'm looking for a great role right now.
Okay.
I'm looking for something that's gonna take me out of the box. Now, my last role, I got to play Jamaican gangster. I'm Jamaican. Used to do some shit.
It's not far off.
You know what I'm saying? It's not far off, but it's far from what my life is now.
Yeah.
Completely far from what my
Sure.
life is now.
Yeah.
So when I was able to do that, and I was able to, because it was the character wasn't supposed to be Jamaican.
Okay.
Adolfo, who directed, Adolfo Lator, what was that Adolfo last name? Whatever. Adolfo called me. He was like, "Hey, I need you for this role." But I was like, "It's not that many lines, whatever. But just need you for this role." Cool. Got there, and then I'm reading the lines. I'm like, I like it.
So much better.
But I wonder if I was to do a Jamaican accent. You know what I mean? And I asked him, I was like, can I do an accent? He's like, let me hear it. So then he called the other guy over, and then we talked about it for a second, and I did the accent. I did like 3 lines. He was like, 3 words. He was like, that's it. And I was like, but I have to switch all of these words around. And he was like, cool. And when he did, I said, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That really made me feel good, because he trusted me enough to be like, okay, cool, switch the words around, do what you need to do to make it believable. And that really, and when we were at the premiere, and I heard people gasping and stuff like that, because in one of the parts I killed somebody and all of that in the movie, and like even when I was talking about killing somebody in the movie, like her like oh, like I could hear the people. I'm like, thank you, I did it. Like, because I'm always worried.
Yeah.
Because I never had acting classes.
Yeah.
I just fucking
Did
know
it
how
feel
to.
like? Did it feel like when you did it in that accent that it would just it felt more like it rolled more freely out of you?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Because I still had to figure out those words, how to say
and the
it.
emotion that goes with it. Yeah.
To not like, go too far from the storyline type of thing.
Right.
Because even when I watched it, I was like, I could have he gave me carte blanche to kind of do a little bit more.
You had to ad lib a little.
You know what I mean? And I think I could have added just a tad bit more, but
Yeah.
the right amount of gangster was in it, I guess. You know what I mean?
You
But
went just hard enough.
Yeah, just hard enough. But I'm looking for something where either I got to lose weight, I might have to, shave my whole head.
You looking for an Avengers role?
Something crazy.
Trying to get that Avenger
like this.
workout.
I will go as far how like 50 Cent went and lost all that fucking weight.
Yeah.
Like 100 pounds and shit.
Yeah.
I ain't got enough money to do a crash diet like he did, but I would do something where I would have to,
Just eat potatoes.
I'm not pulling my teeth out and no stupid shit like that.
No. Don't, use the Christian Bale method. He ate a piece of bread and a cup of water every day.
And that's how he lost weight.
You remember The Machinist?
Yeah.
That's how he got down like that. But he only, of course, he's rich and
Right.
he has a team of doctors
You get electrolytes
watching
and-
him.
Yeah.
And
That's why I
make
said
sure.
I don't have that money, man, to do
No.
that. That's how I wouldn't do a crash diet, but I would definitely do something where, like I said, I might have to grow my hair, or I might have to cut my hair, or I might have
Fast
to,
for like 2 days straight or something like that.
something, man. Well, even if I had to do prosthetics, like something, But I want the storyline to be nothing close to me.
Yeah.
Like so far, it's not even funny. I've had somebody talk to me. Junior actually talked to me about a role. I don't want to say it too much because it might give.
Yeah,
away the
that's why.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he talked to me about a role, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm interested in that.
So are you wanting to do dramas, action, or like would you do comedy?
I want to do a comedy.
Comedy would be fun.
I would love to do a comedy.
I just want to be like a background character that just has like one line the entire movie.
Yeah, he just
Like,
pops in.
And he says that same fucking line
Yeah.
like intermittently throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Like does this bitch ever say like like the crazy bum outside,
Uh-huh.
or whatever? That would be
Like
me.
the Mortal Kombat guy, whoopsie.
Yeah.
Like just come out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I love this stuff, man. And matter of fact, Jacksonville, this is a really growing city, man.
Oh yeah.
This shit is like, from when I came
It's
here
in
in
its adolescent
2016,
stage.
it
It's
really
not-
is. It really, just from architecture to business to entertainment, everything. And a lot of people here are hungry.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of transplants coming here. Me, is one of them. And it's a lot of people that's really putting in work.
You
Like
know what?
last year
Yeah.
alone, I know of 12 films. When I first started doing this shit, it was like fucking
None.
4 people.
Yeah.
3 people, 4 people.
You know
Now
what-
it's everybody.
You know what really put it on the map
Mm-hmm.
and what really started it?
What's that?
Deadpool.
Deadpool? What is
When
that?
he's talking about coming to
Oh,
he's
he
like,
did
what'd you
say
do
that,
last year? He's
yeah.
like, same old thing, Mogadishu, Jacksonville.
Yeah.
What are you doing in Jacksonville?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of money being put into the city. Some of the stuff, I don't know if we should be like the stadium. That's a lot of fucking money you put in the stadium.
But
I guess
it's
you
gonna
know.
make money though. Apparently for the city. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess like that dude, Shad
Shad
Khan
Khan.
he's a smart motherfucker.
Retarded, man.
I would love to have him in here, but he's worth way too much, and I'm not that good. I don't.
What I've learned is reaching out, you just never fucking know.
Yeah, that's true. I guess, but like I just imagine someone like him would have like handlers and like publicists and people, and they would go, "Okay, we'll get back to you," and then they would look at my numbers and go, "That's cute, but no."
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
cusses a lot.
Yeah.
I've
always said, if I get big or whatever case may be, bro, I'm doing the smaller stuff.
Yeah,
I'll probably do that more than I do
yeah.
fucking Joe Rogan or some shit.
That means
you know
a
what
lot.
I'm saying?
Well, no, you would go on Joe Rogan first, and then come back to the small shit.
I probably go to the small shit first.
I'm just saying, because then what's going to happen is people on Joe and watch you on Joe Rogan.
Ah,
They're going to
and
run
they
your
wanna go over that
traffic
way.
up, and then when
Yeah.
you go on the other thing, they'd be like, "Let's go see what's on over
True.
there."
That is true. That is
You
true.
know?
It kind of helps out the smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
didn't think about it like that.
I'm always thinking. Trouble is, most of the shit I think about is dumb.
But that one time.
Yeah, every now and then I'll have a nugget. Every now and then I'll have something smart to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody called me intelligent today, and I didn't know how to feel about that.
For real? You know, it's funny you say that. I've had that happen to me. Like my cousin, because he thought I was fucking stupid, and it was only because I was from Baltimore, and he has like, my cousin's very judgmental. You know what I'm saying? He's super fucking judgmental. So he was like, he automatically thought of like this dumb kid or whatever case may be. And then me and him sitting in the car one day, I was living in Jersey, and we driving down the expressway, and he just looking at me like, he damn near ain't got his eyes on the road. He like, I said, motherfucker, why you so smart? And
This is not what I expected from you.
at first
sir.
I was like, what? And he was like, no, for real, like you smart as shit, bro. Like
Yeah.
you know every fucking thing. He's like, I didn't know you knew all of this shit. And then like he started. Like I said, that's my when I need motivation. Since my father passed, my cousin just called me out of nowhere. My cousin Conroy. Shout out to Conroy.
Shout out.
You know, it's funny. Me and him got the same. His first name is my middle name, and that's how we got close because he ain't believe my middle name was his first name. But yeah, anyway. That's how we got close. But because I didn't know him, I didn't know my cousin. I moved to Jersey. I moved a lot of places, but I moved to Jersey to try to get away from Baltimore because it was just getting too hectic.
Yeah.
I had lost my job because. Okay, so I lost my job because I was working at Red Cross. It was probably till this day, it's probably my favorite job. It's besides when I was working in the shipyard with MFM. But I was working at Red Cross and I was a lab tech, and I was doing that shit for almost 5 years. I was almost fully invested to get my damn retirement and all that shit. And one day, I had locks at the time. So one of my homegirls, she did my hair, and she had the clips still in the hair in my hair because it didn't dry. So I just put a do-rag over it and just kind of went to work. So we had a meeting at the job, and long story short, this was a new Android phone, the first Android first. It was the G1. So I was the first one to have the G1 in that whole building and everything. So then a couple guys got it. So then the two guys, it was a guy sitting next to me on this side and the guy across the way. And he took a picture of me, but he didn't know how to take the camera shutter sound off.
Oh, jeez.
So I heard it, and I'm like, I know this motherfucker ain't take it. This is me young.
Yeah.
Now I wouldn't give a fuck. Especially me being a street photographer. I'd be an asshole for that.
Yeah.
It's crazy how shit turns, right? So he took a picture of me, and I just got heated. And I tried to wait, and then I said something to him. I'm like, oh, y'all think it's funny to take pictures. Long story short, he gets up. We had these big ass pamphlets like this big, but he had it rolled up.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
he went. I thought he was throwing a punch, but he threw I just seen the paper coming. And as soon as he had the paper, it's not these type of chairs, but the even heavier, like solid chairs.
Yeah.
I started rinsing his ass with the fucking chair. And my God rest his soul, my homeboy Joaquin, he's like fucking 375, huge.
Yeah.
He had me in the air and all this other shit, trying to get out of this shit and everything. But they fired me and didn't fire him. Because of course I fucked some shit up in there, but yeah. So I was out of work for 2 years. Couldn't find a job in the city.
Damn.
So I had to leave the city. That's one of the reasons why I ended up in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't find no work. Like I had a bad name in the city. I fucked some shit up. I ain't gonna like now. I'm gonna clock out.
You was a little hothead.
I'm gonna clock out. You gonna clock out, and we gonna do this shit after work. I'm not gonna do it on the job no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I really want you that bad, yo, clock out. I'm
Yeah.
telling you that clock out, bro. Because I'm gonna fuck some shit up. You know what I
Meet
mean?
me in the schoolyard at 5 p.m.
But now I don't even get to that point with a guy.
Yeah.
Not with a guy.
Yeah.
I just be like, I'm gonna fuck. I'm going home. You know what I mean? I'd rather just leave than go that far. But I was young and I was high-headed, extremely high-headed.
Yeah.
I didn't give a goddamn.
No.
You know what I mean? And when that happened, it fucked me up in the city. So
Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad you came down here, man. I'm
Yeah.
glad you're here. I'm glad that we're friends. And
Showed up.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. I don't know if we hit the 4-hour mark again, but
310.
I'm about
Okay,
to,
okay,
I'm about
okay.
to piss myself.
yeah.
So I think I'm gonna wrap because I had to go before we started.
You didn't go before?
No,
Oh God.
Oh, motherfucker.
I'm a man.
Goddamn.
Let me tell you something.
Until he ain't got no more bladder.
My
Yeah, for
prostate
real.
is working overtime. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and give everybody your socials so they can come follow you.
It's UrbanCurrse, UrbenCurrse, and the other one is Undiluted Vision.
Very good.
That's on everything with UrbanCurrse. But Undiluted Vision is on Instagram for sure.
Yeah, go follow his Instagram, his YouTube, everything. And don't forget to follow us and subscribe to us as well. Graybeard Podcast, Graybeard Productions on TikTok. I don't really post a lot anymore, but, we post these things. That's it. And then follow the YouTube channel as well. And hit the little bell so you can stay updated when we upload anything or when we go live. And, stop by and say hello. You can talk in the chat. You can ask questions to everybody that comes and sits in this chair. And, but yeah, we'll see you next week, guys. Love you. Bye.